it's just I was thinking,
Like, what's that? Dude?
so I was watching this GRE clip of JD Witherspoon and Reese Witherspoon before he passed.
Wait. You said J.D. and Reese Witherspoon.
Reese that's his name, right? Reese Witherspoon.
Witherspoon.
Yeah, what did I say?
Reese Witherspoon. She's Legally Blonde.
Oh shit, yeah.
I was like, that's not the same person at all, man.
God damn, dude. I always fuck up these names, dude. Wait, remember?
One is a black man,
Yeah,
and the
that's
other
the
one
one, yeah.
is a blonde woman.
But remember, what was the other? I fucked up so many like celebrities' names. Was it Nicholas?
Oh yeah, Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah, Jack
But see, Jack Nicklaus was a person. He's just not a celebrity.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was watching that JRE clip.
Yeah.
And JD's talking about how his dad just makes so much noises, dude. That he
Oh
would
yeah,
be,
dad noises. Actually, I'm fucking chewing gum right now. Yeah, gross.
but that he would be perfect for like ASMR videos.
Dude, I don't like that shit, dude.
I've never really dabbled to know to see if I like it or not. Like, what is it? Is it just a black screen or like visual effects and just like
I mean,
sounds of what?
it is literally if like the sound of someone chewing or something, or it doesn't have to be someone making noises with their mouth. It could just be you like crumpling a paper or something, and it's just like this noise of like. You know, like very like little. Like, it's weird,
Basically, what I was doing earlier. Yeah.
right? It doesn't gross me out. It's just like this is what you're into. That it's just weird to me.
Yeah, but yeah, and so Reese talking about
You're talking about Reese. You're talking about this clip of AS and that he should do ASMR videos because of
so
Witherspoon,
Yeah.
John Witherspoon.
yeah, and he tells a story about how he was in line and he was making his noises, and it's just like fuck, dude. Imagine if you're in line and you're just having that behind you, like the back.
Oh,
of
I
your
would say
neck,
something.
dude.
I would 100% say something. But you know what? I'm the worst person too because I make a lot of fucking noises too.
Both of us, baby.
Like a lot of dad noises that, you know, I'm an only child. I've been living alone now for probably 5, almost 6 years. It seems like, I don't know, like for a while now. And so, well, not entirely though, because there was that time where me and my girlfriend, but so that's what I'm getting at. When my ex-girlfriend had moved in with me, she pointed this shit out. And like, she was like, why are you making so many noises? I was like, what are you talking about? Because I'm oblivious. Like, there's no one there to check me on that. She was like, and then she'd start doing it. She's like, and like making fun of it. I'm like, wait, I'm doing that? And then I got to be conscious about it. I'm like, shit, I am doing those things. Like, why am I doing those things? But
Hey,
it happens to the best of us, baby.
Is it with age? Is it a thing with age?
Oh, I think it gets really, really bad with age. Because they're dad noises for a reason.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I've noticed my dad like all the time, and I've inherited some of those quirks too.
As me too.
Yeah. Well, what is it? What is a dad quirk that you've been like from your father?
The OCD.
But that's like I'm talking about like a little quirk. Okay, well, some can be OCD. Okay, like give me an OCD quirk.
So color coordination.
No, that's not the same thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm talking about and see if you could identify.
Then I'll find one. Yeah.
See if you can identify. So one of the things, and I'm sure you may have seen me do this, is I'll do like stuff with my mouth a lot. Where I'll be like, I'll do shit like that a lot. Mm-hmm. I got that shit from my dad. And it's weird because I remember noticing it when I was younger. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Like he would just sit there and he was like, and he's just doing weird things with his mouth. And I noticed it, and then I didn't notice it that I was doing it until like in my 20s. I was like, fuck, I inherited that shit. Like now I do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have two. Mm-hmm. One, I don't know if it fits, but I'll say it anyways. So I realized that, so for the longest time that I've been driving, I've always driven with my left hand, even though I'm right-handed.
I do that.
But I don't feel comfortable driving with just my right hand.
I don't like the right hand either.
So I, like I just thought it was just me. Like I thought it was weird. And I just remember my dad and my mom bickering, and my dad, I don't know why it happened, but like he brought it up. He was like, I can't drive with my right hand.
And you're like,
and I was just like, wait, what? What?
you're like, me either.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
him was like,
Yeah.
you too?
Yeah.
And then we just kind of like started talking about it. Another thing is like morning habits, morning rituals.
Oh.
That like I don't know if like I
I would love to hear this.
either I would like notice him doing like subconsciously, unconsciously while in my room pretending to be asleep.
We're gonna get into that. Okay, but yeah.
No, but like I would hear him like what I assume is like get up, like make coffee, and then go outside, and then pace around for a while. Again, I'm assuming because he would just go outside.
Right.
And then I just remember that like I would do it as well. Like I would in the mornings, like when I don't have work, like weekends, I'll get up and I'll like go out my front door, and I'll just kind of like look outside for a while. Yeah, like
okay,
just kind of take it in, like all right.
I think it helps you wake up though.
Maybe
because I've done something similar before, but also I think the reason I do it is actually to like really check the weather, like see what it feels like.
I don't know if that's what he's doing, but yeah. I see it. I get it.
Now I'm gonna address the driving thing, because this is what I think is happening and why he only drives with his left hand. He grew up in an age where it was much more common to have manual transmissions.
Yeah. That could be
so
it.
your right hand always has to be right there.
Yeah.
But now, and see, the funny thing is I people have called me out on that too, because I drive like this and my hand is always on the fucking
the shift knob.
Yeah, but obviously I'm driving an automatic. It's just always there. And it's just like a habit. I don't know. I can drive right-handed. Like I've tested it out because I'm aware. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It just feels weird.
It just feels
really, really weird. I mean, it's like brushing your teeth left-handed. You're right-handed. Do you brush your teeth left-handed?
I can.
Can you do it as well though?
Well, it's an electric toothbrush.
Oh, well, fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, that's different. That's different. Because like I've been like trying to see what I can do now left-handed, just to get better.
Okay.
Work out that side of my brain.
So I've been doing that for years now, where like because especially with martial arts, like I've always like if I can do it right-handed, like I have to be able to do it left-handed.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
So then I started applying it to my daily life, brushing my teeth, and I started like doing little shit where like paperwork at the office, like if it's just checking X's and boxes.
Oh, okay. I was like, dude, if you're having to like write shit.
No, yeah, like something simple that I know, like if I fuck up, it won't be major. I can just white out,
Right.
So like, I'll do that. Or like I'll do my name. I won't do my signature. Like I'll do my name.
Yeah.
Left hand, and I think that's about it. But
would you ever? Because when you came in, I was watching baseball. Would you ever throw something?
Not confidently.
Okay.
But what I wanted to bring up is Dimitri Martin, the comedian.
Yeah, I know.
Some of his bits was a whiteboard, and he is very well at.
He's ambidextrous.
Yeah, at like drawing like simultaneously with both hands.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and he like I remember like he drew a skateboard and he drew it like perfectly, dude. Like
wow.
Yeah.
Oh man,
not perfect, but like.
But he drew the object with both hands at the same time.
At the same time.
Oh man, you could get so much shit done if that were the case.
Dude, that's what I was thinking. I was like, imagine, dude. Like,
yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, piano, typing, you're doing it,
And then another part of his, I remember from like Comedy Central, like presents
Dimitri Martin.
Yeah, but like like the early 2000 ones.
Yeah.
He would end it musically.
Yeah.
And he would have like. He showed a lot of independence basically throughout.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm over here struggling with my name,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that was something that I used to practice a lot in high school. I wasn't doing martial arts, but I was playing sports. And I used to love throwing things. And so I was actually like, let me practice throwing with my left hand. And I could get out. Actually, I was doing this actually probably in middle school now that I think about it. And it wasn't nearly as strong because the shoulder mechanics, like the muscle here is just so much more developed than over here. But I got pretty, I got pretty good to the point where like, I remember I was scrambling. I was playing quarterback and I was scrambling to my left. And so when you're going to throw to your left, the arm comes here, the person could easily get it. So I switched and I was able to actually complete passes that way. Because I was like, oh shit, if I could like harness this is perfect. Because it doesn't matter which way I go, motherfucker, like I'm going to get rid of the ball. So I actually found that it's not nearly as strong, but I felt like I was actually more accurate with this one than my right.
Now, have you ever noticed that in jiu-jitsu? Where sometimes you can execute like a turnover,
there's a better side
or a turnover or something better on your left side than you could on your right side, just for certain moves, I guess. I don't know.
I will say this: one of my bread and butter submissions is my loop choke, and my loop choke is definitely better for my left hand. My right hand, it's funny because I'm obviously right-handed, so this is stronger, but it's not nearly like I don't know. I'm able to execute it better left-handed.
It's like me with like my Ipponse Onage. Like that's like my throw that I can do a lot better like left-handed than I can right-handed.
Yeah, I mean it's weird, and I try to do whenever I drill or train something, I definitely do both sides, and I'm usually fairly like able to recognize which side is weaker, and so I actually just focus on that because it's like if I'm okay on this side already, like I need to find out if I'm okay on this, and like let's solidify this, you know. But yeah, man. Dad quirks. Fuck, we got there from dad quirks.
Oh, dude, we tangent off quick.
We went. You know what I wanted to address though, because I do want to take a little sip of this. Is this mezcal right here?
The people's mezcal.
The people's mezcal. We discovered this. Actually, I didn't discover it. Diego discovered it. Brought it over. We shot a little video. Ooh, I need to show you. Fuck. I'll splice it in, and I'll show it to you, I guess, later. Because I'm using the phone right now. No, fuck it. We did a little behind the scenes promo video. So the version you saw wasn't the whole thing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So some bloopers or something?
There's
Was there a toilet shot like mine?
a toilet shot.
Don't you remember
Yeah,
because
fuck.
the first one that I shot for you guys, I got no credit for, by the way.
That's Diego. Well, it's funny because like he credited Jesse with this recent one,
and I gave him my house.
Yeah, I know.
And
I was like, I gave you my house. I fucking set everything up too.
Wait, I don't want to sip it before.
Oh yeah, let's sip, and then I'll show you this behind the scenes footage. The people's mezcal. Are you shooting or are you just sipping? All right, I'm sipping it too then. Cheers.
That's good, dude.
I like it. I like it a lot. Check this out. I'm going to airdrop it to the laptop right now.
Oh, so you can pop that.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just I cut it up because it was pretty long. And let me give you some backstory here. So Diego like really built me up as like, oh, he fucking directed this whole thing. And I was like, dude, there was like no lines at all. I just, I gave a situation, right? And so yesterday,
Big picture kind of thing.
yeah, well, he's big picture kind of guy. I'm the one that's like, all right, let's scale you down. Let's like execute something. But he did say he wanted to do something a little more, themed. And so I was like, okay, so you don't want it to be the exact same thing. And what ended up happening was actually the exact same thing, essentially, where it was like a silent thing. Me and him were playing cards, and then he says his like little spiel of the promo date,
Does it very well, by the way.
And so I told. let me tell you this, dude. My cousin talks shit to him. It was hilarious. But I was like, okay, well, let's make it a little bit more of like not like a movie, but like more of a bit, like a fucking like situation, right?
Make it light, make it playful.
Yeah. So I cut this up where it's
Oh, I want to see.
it's just gonna be the outro,
Okay.
and I want you to critique everything here. I want you to critique everything. I poured myself a little shot. Let's take a shot
All right,
to
let's go.
Timba and to Maracuya.
God damn it.
This is the outro.
I just poured myself a little shot from behind the bar. Let's take a little celebratory.
Timba and Maracuya.
Timba and Maracuya. Beautiful.
Jesse kept the straight face though.
The whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
So I would have braked so hard, dude. I would have braked.
Yeah, dude, the reason why, and it was funny because we didn't have, like I said, we didn't have like any script going on. Diego was just kind of like saying like, oh, this is what he wants to do. And I was like, okay, if we're doing this, and I said, why don't we get Jesse in the shot? Let's get all of us involved. Where Jesse's in the shot, he doesn't have to say anything, and I'll be your bartender again or server, right? Mm-hmm. And so I figure if they're at like a Cuban bar or something,
Cuban restaurant.
Yeah, Cuban restaurant. Let's make the fucking server Cuban, not like a white guy, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I fucking like came in, and they had no idea. I was just like, all right, we're rolling. And I came in, and they had no idea that I was just gonna do an accent. and then like Diego was like, wait, what the fuck is going on? And I was just like, we're messing around. I'm gonna be doing a lot of improv, right? and then I even started like asking them questions, and Jesse's like, he like froze. And I was all, cut, you gotta cut. And then at one point, I was like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Because we start, as the improvising was happening, there was like now like material that was being created.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And we were like, okay, so I'm gonna say this, you're gonna say this, and it'll be like a quick little banter, and then the banter will lead into that they're musicians. They play in a Cuban music, a timba band, which is Cuban, and then
For the extended video.
But also just to like maybe to branch out. So when we post this and share it, all over the interwebs, and people don't know what timba is, it's like, hey, it's a Cuban style music. And it's like, cool. Do you guys have a show coming up? And they're like, yeah. And then and so that's how it was going to be promoted. But then also cut to, since all three of us were in the video and there was an actual cameraman, that angle was like a bad angle and really bad lighting. So I actually had to like edit it out where I like moved the video this way so I could crop out all this. So I was barely in the shot still. The framing was awful. The frame for Jesse's angle where we shot it over here was perfect. But then, so I cropped that up, had to edit the lighting, brighten everything up. And so that was like the best of what was there. But
God damn it, bro. You came in hot.
Dude, it threw them off like entirely. I was like, let's play it up. Let's play it up. I was like, Diego, be Cuban. Fucking Jesse, be Mexican. I was like, Diego's like wearing, dude, the button was down to here.
I love it.
You know what I mean? And then he was like showing a chain. I was like, you be Cuban. I'll be Cuban. Jesse, you have the Mexican / Canadian business suit on. Like we'll keep you Mexican. You know what I mean? Like, and actually the decor on the table was very much a fusion of Cuban and Mexican shit. Because then that was also going to showcase, it's basically a bunch of Mexicans playing Cuban music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I came in hot though. You're right.
You came in hot. Yeah. I loved it. I loved every second of it. But the final product that Diego posted wasn't bad either. It was pretty good.
No, it wasn't bad either. I'm not saying it was bad. I was just saying that I wished that
it was a little bit more lively.
Well, no, honestly, I wish we could have used some of that too, because we took multiple shots. That was multiple takes. Like I said, a lot of it was improvised. And so then after a few improv things, we realized, okay, there's like a brief script here. Now let's go with it. And then there's a couple times where it's like, all right, let's try it this way. Let's try it that way. And then we're like, all right, now let's try it where it's me and Diego and Jesse's cameraman. And then Jesse's like, can we just make it 15 seconds? I was like, well, if we're making 15 seconds, then we didn't even need to do anything. We could have just had Diego at a table, just doing the bit. I was like, the only reason I was doing that was because this is what Diego kind of wanted to do. Now, if he wants to do the short shit in the future, then he doesn't need your place. He doesn't need my place. He could just do it in his bedroom or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's kind of why I was like, man, that's kind of a bummer. I wish we would have been able to use it. It was bad. It was a bad shot though. Also, like I said, I had to do a lot of editing.
Man, he needs to post bloopers and shit on there. Dude.
Well, that's why I sent it to him too. I was like,
the toilet shot was gold, man.
It was. I sent it to him this morning. I was like, hey, some beat. He just laughed at it, and I was like, no, dude, like let's fucking post that shit too. Like show that we're having fun outside of it, and then we do all these like quirky little things. One thing I did notice though, and it's not even the best, but it's such a vast improvement. Is Jesse's camera. Damn, dude. Damn.
Yeah.
I need to get one of those, dude, because when he was taking he ended up taking up some still shots of Diego and I, and a lot of it was just candid and everything. We're moving, so some are blurry, but some are really good. And I was just looking at it, I was like, dude. And then how we had the lighting on Diego too, where we're using the natural light from the window on top of having one of these lights on it. Like, it was pristine. It looked fucking dope. And I was like, dude, we get some cool shit. This whole podcast setup could be really dope if we had some better cameras. You know what I mean?
In the future.
It's coming.
We gotta work with what we got for now.
I like it.
We'll do what Jesse does. We'll invest in it, in the product that we're using. See if it gets better. Then
I think it's significantly better. I think this mezcal is actually really good.
I like it a lot. I'm gonna take another sip.
Mine's like a smaller thing, so I'm gonna pour myself a little bit more. But this shit, so what was part of the dialogue yesterday in the video too was like almost like it was a promo for this, because we're talking about the mezcal too. And then like we're like, dude, sounds like we're just promoting this bottle. I was like, hey, if we get a promotion from this though, like, a sponsorship thing.
We'll start with the GoFundMe first, and then we'll bring it up to
If we get a sponsorship, then that's perfect. It works for both of our benefits.
Hell yeah. No, but we have to really bring in the reason why it's called Morning Drinkers Podcast, and then that, because you and Diego explained it in previous episodes.
Yeah, we talked about it, yeah.
But like, to get the sponsorship,
That's true, that's
like,
true.
really, really highlight it.
Exactly. I mean, nothing really gets the job done. Then Mezcal Union.
The people's mezcal.
The people's mezcal. Yeah, man. Dude. So then, branching off, because I told you to save it. You said you are this close
to unfollowing. So I
want to know exactly why, because I'm going to give you my reasons as to why.
Okay. Now, I am a person that my Instagram feed is not riddled with people that I necessarily interact with on a day-to-day basis. In a sense where like my feed is mostly like highlights of sports.
Right.
And in that being like football, soccer, surfing, judo, jiu-jitsu, and like boxing.
Right.
And and then there's the occasional like Tacoma truck stuff.
Yeah. You haven't been as active on the. You used to send us lots.
Yeah, but now I realize that
it's not your audience.
Yeah, it's not mine. Yeah.
Demo, dude.
Yeah, dude. And then and so it was usually just that. Yeah. And then occasionally throughout, because especially those big time pages are posting constantly.
Right.
So again, like my feed from like how often I scroll through Instagram, like
you're like dope, and then there's
like
one little thing you're like, this fucking killed the vibe.
So like I'll be scrolling through my super dope feed of shit that obviously really excites me,
right?
And then I'll see like pictures of friends or like people that I haven't seen in a while, and it's like, okay, it's cool to see what they're doing, and then there'll be like that typical virtue signaling post or like that like.
But in this case, there's no virtue signal.
No, there's no virtue signaling, but it's like, it's like, I don't even know what to categorize it in, dude. It's
Come
like,
on,
I don't want to say it, dude. I don't want to say it.
I'll bleep it. I'll say it.
No. It's not about bleeping, because it's more than just this one Instagrammer.
Do it. If you don't do it, I'll probably do it. But I don't know exactly what you're referencing. That's why I said I'll bleep it. But then I could potentially piggyback or give my take on what it is.
Okay. To be honest, I would, because you didn't want to talk about it behind the scenes. I want to hear your take on it first before
you potentially shoot yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like, you fall on your sword first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go down with you.
But I just want to see how it feels. Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you right now what it is. It is, let me put it to you this way. So they are constantly posting, and because this person isn't the only one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's multiple Instagrammers that do this.
Right. And in this case, every single post is getting in touch with your roots and feeling grounded.
Okay, thank you.
Every single day, to the point I'm like, do you have dementia? How forgetful are you? Like, do you really need to do this every day?
Thank you. Okay, we're on the same.
We're on the same page,
We're on the
right?
same
Like
page.
that hippie nonsense is like, I'm getting in touch with my ancestors. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's like, cool. That sounds like a lot of living in the past to me, and you're actually not doing anything now or for your future. Everything's just you got to remember your roots. Got to remember this. Got to remember like what?
In a sense, I do like the whole get in touch with your roots statement just for what it is, like the statement.
The sentiment's fine.
Yeah, but it's like
Daily though.
it's not just the whole daily thing. It's like if you're gonna do it daily, like make it to where it's adaptive to how things are now, and you see some sort of like
Right.
like it's
There should be some sort of growth.
yes, exactly.
Towards a goal or whatever. I get.
Yeah, like kind of make it more unison instead of
Right.
like it was like this back then. I don't want to say like people are advocating that it's better.
They are.
They are, yeah.
Some definitely do.
I'm playing both sides. you know?
Yeah. Play it and I'll bash the shit out of it. Yeah.
No, but it's just like, and the other thing is like, it's mostly people that either had the opportunity growing up to live that lifestyle to a certain extent, but it's like now in the time of Instagram,
Right.
it's more for the likes, dude.
It's for the likes, for sure. And it's just dude, I really don't know what it is. Is it
seems
clout
fake.
chasing?
It seems fake. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't seem like it's legit. Like are you really trying to get in touch with your roots? Or are you just trying to get a good feed, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like if you're gonna get in touch with your roots, like
You wouldn't post it.
Roots, like roots.
They didn't have it technology.
Exactly. Instagram ain't roots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck it, you better go carve that shit on a stone.
And
You know what I mean?
playing devil's advocate, I guess maybe that's the way of merging the two together into this
guess,
unity that I was talking about. But it's like you wouldn't be doing it to okay, maybe the way I'm interpreting the captions to these posts that again a lot of these Instagrammers are doing is like what's the message you're trying to get? Like what are you trying to get behind? Like maybe just post a picture, don't fucking put any caption. Like,
Right.
It's just like what message you trying to go, like what feeling are you trying to receive in feedback?
Well, but see, that's my point. Is the feeling that they're posting and talking about is literally daily, like many times a day, where they fucking have to smudge the whole goddamn place with sage. I think that's what they call it, smudging. Yeah, and they're breathing in smoke, which is hilarious. They're like, I'm doing something benefiting. You're like, dude, it's a carcinogen. Regardless, like, hey, just
no smoke going into you.
yeah, it's not good. It's not good for you. Like, regardless, like, I'm not knocking it. I smoke. It's not a big deal.
And do you know what? It's actually like I smoked cigarettes for the longest time, and recently I've been vaping like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But in a way, it's healthier. No, it's not that it's healthier, but it's like I don't feel as shitty
Oh yeah.
as when I used to smoke cigarettes.
Dude, a cigarette like hangover.
Yeah, and with the
Feel
vape, it's
disgusting.
like, yeah, I'm like, especially because like I'm drinking, dude. Like when I'm drinking, it's
Right.
like it's like the party thing. It's like, and then the fact that like I can do it indoors, it's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, if I get drunk enough, because you talked about cigarettes, if I get drunk enough and I smoke a cig, I don't know. There's a better feeling, man. Like, it is. Whew, I love that.
It's the
Yeah.
yeah.
That
dude,
whole
I don't know.
the next day is awful.
Yeah.
But in that moment, you're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting in touch with my roots right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Because we're natural, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, it's for me. It's like if you're gonna do it, just do it.
right.
Why do I need to know about it? And that's why I'm 2 posts away from just unfollowing, because it's
Yeah.
like it's gone to the point where it annoys me, and like it's not a bad thing either that they're. I don't know, dude. Again,
It's funny because it's like, yeah, we're complaining, we're annoying, and it's simple. It's
Yeah.
like we don't have to see it. But there's a part of me that just I like seeing it so I can talk that shit.
It's what I said earlier. It's like I'm just finding excuses to piss myself off.
Yeah, but see, it's like I'm finding excuses like, how can I talk shit and make it funny for me. Like I guess it's funny.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was
because it's like I can write
turn into a bit.
It could turn into a bit. Like I can write shit about like
Yeah.
I almost like when I was looking at it last night, I was in bed and I was lazy. I should have fucking like wrote some shit out. But like the shit that was firing off in my head, I'm like, I'm like cracking myself up,
Yeah,
right?
I'm hilarious.
Yeah, I know. It's like such a stroke of the ego. It's like I follow you for my ego. You know what I mean? That's how I'm getting in touch with my fucking roots. You know what I mean? But like, damn, dude. But
it's like it's
so
like,
weird.
it's also like, why am I letting it get to me?
Yeah, you let it get to you.
I let it get to me mostly because I've always had that struggle of like when first of all, when like if I were to ever talk about that, they'd question it immediately and be like, you don't really know that. And I'd be like, well, I think I kind of do.
So how do you, okay, yeah.
And they'd be like, well, because you're Asian. This is like, they do other stuff. And it's like,
but they get in touch with their roots too.
yeah. That's why like I gave up on that.
So how do you get in touch with your roots?
Oh, man. Talk to my parents. And because
but I'm talking about like because what we're seeing is like a mystical thing.
Yeah, on a hippie level.
So is there any like,
that's the thing though. I don't do it anymore because I don't believe in the spirits and everything.
I know. That's why it's funny to me.
That's why.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
But I'm not the type of person. Well, I don't want to say that because people have met me in the past and haven't met me since this new renaissance.
Yeah.
Is the fact that like I can admit it back then when I saw the light, Brian.
You're a mystic.
No. It's like I started shitting on people. It's like, man, like, I just started
you were like aggressive about it.
Yeah, I was very, very aggressive about it.
That's typical.
Yeah, and then college boy.
Yeah.
Typical college boy.
I took a couple courses. Yeah, you're dumb now.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And then like as I got older and like,
why?
Yeah, even like fuck, like,
let them be.
You just let them fucking be.
Yeah. They'll either see the light too, or they'll just continue down this path.
Exactly. Yeah. So it now it's just like fuck, dude. Like I'm letting it get to me because I want to, I guess. But it's like I'm not.
Just write it. Just write it out.
Yeah.
Just write it. It's fun to write it. Like, it's fun. I just like talking shit because it's funny to me, dude. I think it's hilarious. If you could talk shit back,
then
to me it's funny. It's like
it's call and response.
Yeah.
It's what we're bred to do.
Yeah. I love that shit. Yeah, there's no mysticism in me. I've had I guess it depends on how you want to look at it. Like fortunate and unfortunate. I guess I've been fortunate and unfortunate enough to date women that I swear almost like every single one believed in ghosts, and I don't, and it wasn't like a deal breaker, but it would get to the point where like there would be like almost like arguments. You're like, but just show me. Like I want to believe, like I really do. Like and then I'll be like, tell you what, I found this haunted house. We could sleep over at one night.
I'll get a crack at it.
Yeah. I was like, you want to do it? And they're terrified. I was like, but this is the only way you're going to prove it to me because like I need to see this.
So the thing is like, especially when it comes to spirituality, like in my upbringing.
Oh yeah, I bet it's riddled.
Yeah, dude, it's bad.
It.
So first of all, like Chinese people, I don't want to generalize like that, but like at least in my family and the way I was raised to believe that other Chinese people believed is that the very
dragons.
Well, they believe their ancestors from dragons. Yeah.
Beautiful.
But what's the word that I'm looking for?
I was saying ghosts and spirits and
yeah. Superstitious.
Oh yeah.
So I may be butchering this belief, but there is something out there where it's like if it's like text writing and you find it on the floor, like you don't pick it up because like. Yeah, dude.
Whoa, wait. But why? Like it could be like a leaflet, like a fucking flyer.
I don't know. I could be butchering this, but again, like it's just, I think it was just my family giving me an excuse to
They're like, don't get your hands. We don't want your hands.
Yeah. Because again, we Chinese people, we litter a lot, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and that's why that whole country's dirty.
I could be going on a limb right now. Yeah. Can we look that up?
Like, we don't pick up other people's shit. It's just bad luck.
Can we look at that superstition?
This would make so much sense about that culture.
Can we look up that superstition? I could. I don't know if I pulled that out of my ass or not.
Dude.
Okay, and then
That's
all the the
great.
Mexican Catholicism shit,
Oh, that's for sure.
and then like
Wait,
the
how are we
indigenous shit.
How? Yeah,
Just put in Chinese superstitions, paper on floor. I don't know, dude.
Chinese
writing. I don't know.
superstitions. Wait, right? Superstitions. Writings on floor, paper on floor. I'm gonna go paper on floor. Chinese superstitions. What you should know. Unlucky number 4.
No, that ain't it.
Tetraphobia.
What is that?
Most common East Asian neighborhoods often skip the 4th floor. Oh, so the fourth number 4 is like they're 13.
Okay, no.
That's interesting. Okay, well, let's just go to the top Chinese superstitions. Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Like I said, I could have butchered it completely.
I feel like that's just some shit your parents made up to you, man. The number 8 is the luckiest Chinese number. Did you know about that?
Because it looks like infinity.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, who started the infinity symbol, and why is that just kind of like universally accepted?
Well, it's
Giving a clock sounds similar to bid farewell to someone on their deathbed. Oh my God, that's so morbid. That is hilarious, though. So if I were to give you a clock, I'd be like, "Hey, time's up, motherfucker." That's fucking
you
dope.
put it like that.
I mean, that's what basically what they're saying here. And look, you never give someone a clock. Oh man, I'm gonna give this to my Chinese neighbor Ken down there. He's like 80 years old.
If you see right there is the chopsticks in the rice bowl, and I remember
Don't you dare stick your chopsticks in there because chopsticks in a rice bowl resemble the sight of insects. Oh yeah, you're right. Like you said, it was like a grave thing.
Yeah. So I remember when we went to Taiguchi with Oscar and his wife.
Yeah.
And she stabbed her rice, and like immediately, like I flinched, and then Oscar was like, "What's going on, dude?" And I was like, "Oh no, it's just like it's like a death thing, and it's like I don't know if it's like irritable or not. Like I don't know if like if like the people around are gonna and then I just remember like Oscar like under the table was like, "Hey, like take your chopsticks out of your bowl," and she was like, and she you know how she is, so she was just like, "Man, fuck this," and she just kept stabbing her rice.
She like, you like that?
Oh.
The color green can also be considered to be unlucky as it is associated with infidelity. A man wearing a green hat is said to have an unfaithful wife. That's hilarious because I almost wore my green hat for this pod.
And I love the color green.
The color black is considered to be unlucky as well as given its association with darkness and secrecy. The word mafia translates to black society in Chinese. Oh. Color red, okay.
There's a lot
flag,
of
and it
superstitions,
represents happiness. Red in most nations does not represent happiness, but the Chinese do their thing.
So, yeah. So, and then my mom got into like spirituality, Reiki.
Did she get into that? Dude, she was into a lot of stuff.
My mom went to Kabbalah. I think she still dabbles in that, to be honest.
That's hilarious. Your mom is funny.
So my mom is it's like my mom got into the hippie game late.
Yeah.
Because
but
she was doing this when I was in high school, when I was at Marion, Mater Dei. When I was at Marion, she was starting. Because I remember
perfect timing.
I was at 2006.
Yeah, but still like perfect timing.
Yeah.
Like you going to a hardcore Catholic school.
Exactly.
She's like, you know what? I'm going to switch things up.
So I just remember like that topic of like faith and spirituality was always really iffy. She was like, just go there because it's a private school and like you kind of get opportunities to go somewhere.
She's like, when you come back home, we read the I Ching. It's the whole thing.
I would come back home and she'd be like doing her fucking rituals and shit, dude. Like
tarot cards everywhere, something like that.
Dude, like fucking singing bowls and quartz everywhere, and like,
dude, that's hilarious.
So,
what would your dad say about that?
My dad's loyal to Master J. All right, like, so he was like, you look at my mom and be like, yeah, you can do it. Like, I mean, I'll dabble in it to show that I support you.
Right.
But like, at the end of the day, like, I'm still like praying to Jesus, like, so Master J, dude. Get on your knees and pray.
Wow, I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know your dad was like that. I thought your dad was just like, whatever she's into, I'm gonna fuck.
Yeah. So eventually, then my dad caved, and he was like,
now they're both doing tarot readings.
No. Like Kabbalah is the thing that brought them closer together. And my dad
still Middle Eastern, so they're keeping it.
Yeah. So my parents practice Kabbalah go to church on Sunday, and then try to like find
The balance.
the balance between the
So
two.
still to this day,
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here.
yeah. Because according to Kabbalahers, Kabbalahites,
Yeah.
Kabbalahese,
Yeah.
that it's not a
No. You missed the most obvious one. The Kabbalers.
the Kabbalahers, dude.
According to the Kabbalers, dude.
It's not a religion. It's
just a group.
it's.
Yeah.
I remember a teacher because I remember I talked to Miss Anthony from Marion,
She was a
theology
maybe
teacher,
still might be. Yeah, I don't know.
theology teacher, and I was like, hey, like, I got a household where I don't know what the hell's going on, and like I'm having trouble paying attention in your class because. Because why should I? You know, like,
Because you're like, let me tell you about my house.
yeah. So and then she was like, "Well, what's your mom into?" And I was like, "Oh," and I told her, "I was like, oh,"
Sit down for this one.
and she was like, "Oh no." She was like, "Kabbalah is a really beautiful thing. It's getting in touch with the Jewish side of Catholicism."
right. The Old Testament.
Yeah. It's like, and we practice it too. And I'm just like, yeah, but you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, they're putting stones on me and shit. Like, my mom's swinging a pendulum on top of my forehead. Like, dude, like, I went through it all, dude.
Wait, is this for real?
This is like if my sister was here.
God damn, we gotta get your sister on.
Yeah, she'd be like, yeah, like, and dude, okay, so one of the craziest one, my mom was like, I'm gonna go see this Native American lady in Ensenada.
Of course.
With cause she like roped in like her sisters into it, so my aunties, like Adrian's mom and everything.
Yeah, sure.
So she took him to see this Native American lady in Ensenada. And long story short, my mom smuggled
Should you be saying this?
salvia.
Oh, okay.
Salvia over the border.
Yeah.
Because the Native
Allegedly.
the Native American lady said sage.
Yeah.
So
It's not sage though. But
it's sage, yeah, and it came in like that. It looked
okay.
So
Okay.
like dry sage,
Right.
but I guess it wasn't.
But it was a weird Saturday afternoon, I bet.
So let me get to why my mom didn't know that what it was. She was like, so she thought it was like the sage incense that you burn.
Yeah.
So in this bundle,
How old were you?
I was in high school. I was 16.
Okay.
So
Like sophomore year.
yeah. So I just remember my mom gave me a water bottle and it had a little leaf in it. And she goes like, the Native American lady, she's like, she thinks you have ADHD and this might help. And I'm like, sure.
Wait. You never met this Native American?
No, not
so
until
your mother,
later. Not until later.
Your mother went to some sort of retreat where essentially she's just kind of bashing you
Pretty much.
To-
I was giving her a hard time.
to a strange woman, and she's like, "Here, why don't you give him this leaf in his
Yeah.
water?"
Because I'm assuming she gave it to her there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And she was like, it worked for me. Why wouldn't it work for you? And I just remember I was drinking water, just drinking this water bottle, and it didn't taste like anything.
Right, but I'm just saying it got lodged or something.
No. And I didn't swallow. I was like very curious. Like I pressed it against my lip and everything. Yeah. So I just remember like I stayed in that day. It was usually a day where like I would have been out of the house and until
so you didn't go to school?
No.
This is like summertime then?
No, this is after school.
Okay.
So like I either had like an extracurricular activity or something, but
Right.
It was just one of those like fuck it days, dude.
Right.
And
SpongeBob Day.
pretty much.
Let's call it that.
And I just remember being in my room and just like sipping the bottle and like just reading and like watching TV and just and having a good time doing it.
Your mom's like, this shit works.
and my mom like went to check in my room and she was like, you haven't come down in a while. Like, you all right? You hungry or anything?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm pretty hungry. So she's like, yeah, come downstairs. Like, and I walk downstairs. My sister has a water bottle, and my sister is little, dude. And she's just like rolling around the house. My dad has one too. And we're all just like, we're all drinking. We're all really hydrated this day. And then, yeah, it was a really calm, wholesome day at the house.
Bro, that's kind of creepy, dude. That's kind of creepy. She just drugged all of you.
Yeah, like, and I just remember like a couple, like if not a year later, months to a year later, my mom goes,
Do you remember this day?
No, like let's go down. Like we never spoke about it again. Yeah, dude. Like she was like, let's go down there. Like she gives like massages, and I remember I was.
Oh, but you don't like massage. Oh, maybe this is why you don't like massages.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
God, we just dissected something.
So I remember I got injured at a karate tournament,
Uh-huh.
and I was having like like not back problems, but like I wasn't feeling myself.
Right.
And she was like,
mobility issue.
and she was like, this Native American lady, she's gonna blow smoke in your face. She's gonna give you a massage. Like you're gonna feel great afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. So she drags my auntie and Adrian. Adrian's my witness because he experienced it too.
God, he needs to be on here too.
And so we get dragged to this lady again. She's blowing smoke in our face. She's spitting some sort of liquor in our face as well. Dude,
what a racket, dude! I would love to just be able to spit in strangers' faces.
And then of course she did the card reading. She made us sit on a couch, the most uncomfortable couch in the world, where there was no back, no like padding. It was a whale's backbone.
A whale's backbone.
A whale's backbone, because in the southern Baja region, there's a lot of gray whales.
Gray whales, yeah.
And they
migrate for
the mating,
the mating season's down there.
So she just got a black market fucking whale backbone as her backrest for her couch. And we're just trying to because again, it's just the arc, empty, top and bottom.
She's like, it's good for the posture. You have nothing to lean back on.
Exactly. So we're just like, fuck. And then it's like, it's time for you to get the rub down.
Yeah.
So I just remember being doused in oil, and she did some sort of chant. Yeah. She spoke in some funny language. I shouldn't say that. It sounds so mean.
Maybe it's not a real language. You don't know.
That's the thing, though. I don't know. It sounded made up, dude.
I mean, all languages are made up.
Well, not you. It sounded like
she made it up.
It sounded gibberish.
Nobody else speaks it but her.
Like It's Always Sunny when they're trying to convince Cricket to give the exorcism. He's like, my line, I'll fake it, of course. And he goes, wait a minute, you don't know your line? And then after that episode, I dived into Google. Apparently, everyone's been faking fucking Latin, dude.
I'm sure. Nobody really knows it.
Yeah. So I was like, I mean, I have to go on her word that this is she's speaking to the gods right now. And
but in all seriousness, she's already spat in your face. So
So I'm trying to be as accepting and receptive as possible, but I just got spit in the face. She's going smoke in my fucking nostrils, and she's giving me the most aggressive massage ever, dude. Where I just remember she cracked all my bones in a very painful way.
She's looking to add to that whalebone collection.
And she's pulling my arms and my legs and everything. And I just remember getting off the bed and all my bones cracked again. Where I realigned my entire body.
Right. How did you feel after though?
Horrible. It didn't help with the injury I had from the tournament.
You're like, I felt, it actually made it worse.
Yeah, so I just remember in the moment, because everything was cracking, I was like, I guess this is a good sign.
Right.
You know, maybe I'm realigned. Again, I'm being optimistic. I'm and I just remember getting 2 days later, I'm like, I'm still in pain.
I just imagine your mother like, I spent a lot of money on that. You feel better, right? You say you feel better.
It was just like the karate tournaments.
I fucking knew
where
it.
my mom would be like, you're telling me we came all the way out here for you to get third place? And obviously she would at the beginning, she'd be like, oh my God, you did such a good job. You made us really proud. And then jokingly because you know how Mexicans are with carrilla. It's we're a teasing culture. And it's like, but come on, it's like, so you either got to put in more training because we came all the way out here
for bronze.
For bronze, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I started getting silvers and golds afterwards.
Hey, so her method worked.
Yeah.
That dude. We just unraveled something here, though. This is why you don't like massages.
I just remember one time, George and I were walking down Plaza Bonito Mall, and they had the massage chair in the middle with the Taiwanese guys.
Yeah.
And
this is after, I'm assuming.
This is after. Again, I'm 18 now.
Yeah.
18. I'm out of high school.
Right.
George and I
still with the injury.
Yeah, still with the injury. And this guy, they just back. I don't know how it is now, but back in 2010, they just walked up to you and they just grabbed you.
Oh, no one ever grabbed me.
But usually they just grab. So they see some vulnerable person walking by and they just hey, how you doing? You just feel good. Get on the chair. Yeah. Very aggressive, but very, very, very classy at the same time.
Yeah. At the same time, I'm kind of intrigued.
Yeah. So I remember he went up to George and he shook him off, and I was like, "What happened?" He was like, "Something about egg rolls." And
now that's racist. Now that's racist. Yeah, you're worried about saying about this woman speaking in tongues. That's fucked up.
No, but It's a joke. I know it's a joke.
Listen.
It's our humor. Yeah.
Listen, it's funny.
It's funny. Yeah.
It's funny.
So I just remember the guy. Then like the guy, like we at the second one around on the loop, he came up to me.
Right.
And I immediately like I didn't like do some move on him, but like I shook him off rather like abruptly, like I did not want to be touched, and he just looked at me, and we just had like a little stare down of like, and he's like,
no sweet and sour pork,
like get on the chair,
you
know, and I'm just like get your hands off me, dude, like
you're
like,
traumatized, you
dude.
have PTSD from this fucking whale chick.
I guess
that's crazy. We need to get over that. We need to work on
I
this.
wanted to see if you can look her up. Her name was like Sarah Salinas, and renowned and like witch doctor in Ensenada, I think. I want to see if it's legit, and if not, should we bleep it? Fuck it,
nah, fuck it.
because she charged my mom. She got money, like Sarah Salinas. I don't know Ensenada,
Ensenalgas. Is that her?
I don't think so. I was gonna say like
Is she old?
Like she was old when I saw her, or not older.
Sales coordinator,
I don't
subsidiary.
know hippie shit, dude.
You're gonna have to ask your mom. We'll have to do like a follow-up thing because, or you know what? Call your mom right now. Yeah, call your mom right now. I'm excited for this. This is gonna be good. I'm ready. Sara Salinas, Tlatitutepec.
Bueno. Oye, estamos grabando aquí y tengo una preguntita para qué hacerte. ¿Te acuerdas hace años cuando me llevaste te voy a poner en altavoz, Ok. ¿Te acuerdas hace años cuando me llevaste a ver una señora indígena allá por Ensenada que me dio y nos hizo
Masaje.
el masaje, nos dio la sobada bien agresiva? ¿Cómo se llamaba?
Cecilia.
Cecilia.
¿No era Cecilia?
The medicine woman.
¿Qué? ¿The Medical Woman?
No, the medicine woman.
The Medicine Woman, Cecilia que Salinas, ¿no?
García, ¿no?
García.
García.
No sé, pero
Si lo pones en Google te va a salir porque ella daba clases en la universidad aquí en Estados Unidos.
Perfect.
Oh my, no, mami, no estás ayudando, pero ok. Bueno, es que, estamos hablando sobre. Oh my God, that's her.
Yes.
La encontramos. Ok, gracias, madre. Te quiero mucho, mami.
Oh, she
Love
died.
you.
She died.
She died?
Look at this. 1955, 2012.
2012.
So
But
she was
yeah,
a
that's
true
her,
match.
dude.
So she was a true match medicine woman and co-author with Dr. James Adams of Healing with Medicinal Plants of the West. Died suddenly on May 14th at her home in Ensenada. She was a tireless teacher of healing through native plants, ceremony, and laughter at her ancestral South Central California home.
There was a lot of, actually, you know what's crazy? So, do you remember the movie Holes?
Yeah, it was
Madame Zeroni?
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember how there was a bit of her just like kind of laughing maniacally?
Oh, that's creepy. That's what this bitch would do.
She would do that randomly, dude. I remember like she would walk around her house like, so she smoked chain smoked cigarettes. She would roll her own American Spirit tobaccos.
Yeah.
And like fatties, dude. And basically, I'm assuming she would smoke tobacco until she got intoxicated.
Oh, well, yeah.
And
That
she
explains
would-
the laughter then.
And she would roam around the house just laughing. Ah! And I remember like looking over at Adrian being like, I'm fucking terrified right now, dude.
Yeah. See, I told you, dude, we need to get some of your family on here because, one, they could corroborate, also
Yeah.
give another perspective. Maybe
A different side of the story.
Yeah, maybe they viewed it differently too. But this shit is because you had. It's not that it's like wild, but you have stories. Like your life was definitely filled with a lot more of with I guess just more happenings on the day to day.
I'm very lucky, to be honest.
Yeah, because well, like you have a very tight knit family,
That's the biggest thing.
and you
dude.
got and you guys, would just spend a lot of time with each other. I was a latchkey kid, so I was actually spending a lot of times just alone. after school with the TV by myself and my dog.
I wasn't allowed in my house, dude.
Right, but I wouldn't have a choice because like my parents would both work like 9 to 5 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So if I wanted an extracurricular, like I would have to burden somebody else's parents or whatever, you know?
I get it.
And so like, you know, sometimes that would happen,
Mm-hmm.
but also at the same time, you know, like you don't want to just like mooch off other people's parents.
Yeah.
So I was just home a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Just left to my own devices, you know?
Yeah.
But
Golly.
yeah, let me tell you, this shit got weird.
Yeah, I bet, dude.
Shit got
Especially
weird.
The age of the internet.
Yeah, exactly. I was like learning how to make viruses and
Yeah.
shit. Like,
God damn. Yeah.
yeah, dude, there was one summer where like I didn't see the sun, and I remember like I was going into 8th grade year, and the girls were like, "Oh my god, you look like a ghost!" Like, because I was just like indoor,
Pale,
like,
yeah. Wait, I want to keep because again, like I love that my mom corroborated right. now.
right. I want to know more about.
But can't believe I'm honestly a little. I don't know how I feel right now that I found out that she's dead. Cause
Well, let it sink in, buddy. Let it
it's
sink in. I want to know more about.
it is
her
a
death.
story that like I fall back on a lot. Obviously,
Right. Look at her, dude.
like she looks. That's exactly how she looked when I went to go see her, man.
She's Chumash though. That's here. That's this side.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I don't. Okay, I don't want to. I could be fucking her reputation up completely, but I do remember like afterwards. I remember I was like, "Hey, can I smoke a cigarette?"
Yeah.
And she was like,
Well, you're already an adult at 13, so.
"Yeah." And I was already like sneaking cigarettes away, like smoking with my
Yeah.
cousins and stuff.
Right.
So I just remember like she was like, "Yeah, fuck it,"
Right.
and then we just started shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Shooting
She's like, let me tell you, this
Yeah.
is all a racket.
no. But I just remember like I remember I said something to I remember I said this word that my mom like pulled me aside afterwards. She's like, "Why'd you say that?" I was like, I don't know why, but like something feels very Machiavellian right now.
What?
Again, and then that's when I was
It's
like,
because you start.
again, yeah.
What taught you about Machiavelli, dude?
So
Fucking
again,
Tupac or what?
No,
You
so
son
my
of a
mom
bitch?
was like, "What are you trying to prove right now?" Dude?
Right,
like, you even know what that means? Like, yeah.
You're like, let me tell you, mom. That time you gave me that water bottle, I was reading a lot.
Yeah, so I just remember like she pulled me aside and that's like I guess like she was like she started shooting the shit. Like she either like I don't know. I said that to her and that either it triggered her. She was like, I don't know. I just want to talk to this guy. I don't want to see what he thinks. You know, like how he thinks. So we started shooting the shit, and I just remember her telling me that she actually ended up in Ensenada because she was on the run.
Of course. And this is her racket, dude. This is her shit.
Yeah, I don't know if this is why, but
Okay, let's check this out. Look at this.
I remember like something to do with like Hell's Angels and shit, dude. Like
That makes so much sense. Honestly, you could say anything else. That one's the most, like, that makes the most sense.
really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but that makes the most sense. I bet you she fucking knew Hunter S. Thompson.
I don't know, dude. I
If
honestly,
she's rolling around with HA
maybe
in California around that time.
And I remember because
She's born in 55, dude. She's
Yeah,
born in 55. That's Hunter S. Thompson era.
Yeah.
If she's in the late 60s, early 70s, dude, that's Hunter S. Thompson.
yeah. And there is Tijuana Ensenada chapters of the HA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she seemed to be from the U.S.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's like her English was impeccable. So she spoke English with me,
Right.
and I think it's because she wanted like she was like
She was the cool high school teacher that would like sit with the chair back.
I don't
You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's because like
love what you guys-
because she always got like Mexican ladies that she was like or
Yeah. She
That-
wanted
she wanted
to get in touch with her roots.
her roots.
With her roots.
Yeah.
So check this out. On May 27th, an anonymous friend of Cecilia's posted details of her funeral on May 18th. This is all 2012, I'm assuming. Cecilia received a traditional burial, and all of her things were passed on in Chumash ceremony. She is buried in a beautiful place where she mentioned she would like to live. Everything worked out seamlessly. Pictures were said to capture the spirit in that moment, so none were taken of Cecilia of her. Oh, so we don't even know if she's actually dead.
Oh shit.
If there are no photos, she was dressed in her native regalia from head to toe, lying on her side in the fetal position facing west and cradling a sea turtle with eagle wings against her chest. Her favorite rattle, dancing sticks, coyote friends, like coyote smugglers, and medicinal tools are with her on her journey. She was buried shortly before sunset on Friday with blessings and songs by her community. So they don't touch how she died. I want to know
She's not dead.
how she died.
What if she's a CIA agent?
Yeah, dude, I don't think she's dead.
Dude.
I don't think she's dead.
What if she was like smuggling drugs out of her?
You need to tell your.
And and that money was funding like the Contras, dude. I don't know, dude. What the fuck, dude?
Damn, dude, that's some heavy shit. You need to tell your mom. Maybe she doesn't know that she's dead.
I mean, think about it. If she gave my mom salvia,
I mean, yeah.
like just like, oh yeah, like
You mean
go to the backyard,
Yeah.
like pick it off.
Yeah, she knows Freeway Ricky Ross. I'm telling you that right.
Dude, the real Ricky Ross, by the way.
Yeah, Rick Ross. She's a CIA operative.
Yeah. Dude. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, this is the first time I've actually spoken about this in ever.
Well, this is why we're here.
This is why we.
Yeah, I mean, I because Diego and I never knew, and actually, I don't think you really knew until I just pointed out why you didn't like massages, because you were like, "Oh no, like, don't tell me you don't like." But now it makes perfect sense.
I guess, yeah.
Would you be willing to give it a try? Because let me tell you something, dude. This would be great.
Dude, my girl puts her little hands on me, and I'm like, I pretend to love it, dude. Like, but I'm like,
Oh, so you do get massages.
yeah, because there are certain points where like I feel like I do need someone to dig something out.
Right,
So it's
right.
like even if it's not enjoyable for me, like I know it's like it's work. It has to be done.
Right. Okay. So check this out though, because there are different types of massages. You're aware, right?
No. So see, I grew up Mexican where we got sobadas, where they.
And at the mezcal right there, you're just like in the hut. Just
Yeah,
like,
dude. Like,
Yeah.
like I remember, like they would give me like 2 spoonfuls of olive oil
Yeah.
to just boom, boom.
Yeah.
And they would put a little bit of salt on it for flavor. It's basically to clean out the pipes.
Yeah.
And then after you
Yeah.
purge,
Yeah.
they rub you down the most aggressive manner ever.
But that is a different type of massage. That's not really a massage.
See, and that's how I grew up thinking of massage. And ever since then, it's like I do not fucking want that, dude.
Right. Yeah. That's not happening.
And then I was like, I gave it a shot again with the Native American
yeah.
lady.
See, you just had bad experience.
And then ever since then, I'm like, no. I don't fucking want it, dude. Like I smell the smoke. Like I don't want it, dude.
Okay,
Like,
so you need to stop getting massages from Mexican people. You need to get in touch with your Asian roots here
my Asian roots, yeah.
and start getting massaged by Asians. Because yeah, they can put on the pressure. Like if you go to a Thai place and you're like, no, I want you to get everything out. Oh, they'll fuck you up. But
Get the poison out.
dude, literally to the point where like you got to hydrate or else you're gonna be because like
It's a workout, yeah.
dude, you're gonna be dehydrated.
Oh shit.
It's so crazy. So that they basically
They're kneading all the.
they're kneading everything out, and so that's releasing a lot of shit in your blood.
So how is it the knots? How it works? Is it a blockage of blood cells basically, and then they're just
It sounds like bro science. I don't really know.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
It could be. I think what's happening is that it's lactic acid buildup within your muscles and joints, and so when they work that shit out, that obviously enters the bloodstream. You have to flush it out. You have to flush it out through the kidneys. So they want you to drink a lot of water because that's the purpose of your kidneys is to filter that shit and clean you out, right? So that's all. It's crazy though because literally after that, it's like an hour-long session. If you choose an hour, you could go higher. But after an hour, like you do feel dehydrated. Like you need to drink water, and if you don't, like you'll be like, what the fuck? Like there's moments where like, you walk out, you're like lightheaded, and it's just because doing what we do, especially like jujitsu, like they're getting everything out. But that's also a level of intensity that you are requesting. You can just request a relaxing well, I'm just saying like
I'm sorry, but I just remember being a little kid and crying. Like a kid, like 6, 7, 8 years
Right.
old, dude. Like just
Right.
crying, like fuck, dude.
no, there so yeah, like there is because there's different levels. Like, yeah, if you want like deep tissue where you want them to do that, they'll do it. But if you want like a nice softer touch, they'll literally just it's almost like surface level. And it's like if they're just like so this for example, this is my forearm, right? It's the difference of them like digging in like this and them just kind of like
Okay.
ever so softly and gently where you're just getting like it's way more relaxing.
I feel that's gonna be very sexual for me.
Can be if you want it to
Yeah,
be,
dude,
but if
that's-
it's like a dude, it ain't. I mean, it
gonna be
can be
very
if you want
sexual.
to. Yeah. But like I remember, so there is this Thai place that I frequent all the time, and I was told by a musician friend, also / he's a what do they call him? Like capoeirista, whatever. Like he was a capoeira guy. And
I don't know how.
yeah, I don't know. And so he recommended this place, and I was like, dude, I'm in severe pain. And I told the woman, I was like, I want deep tissue, like I couldn't do this. Like it was like literally I could only go this far.
Yeah,
I could
okay.
only turn. I was like, I need all that. And dude, this was like elbow, fucking like all of her weight, like
On the third rope.
yeah, straight up. They have a like little like bamboo essentially poles
So they
where they
can-
stand, and then they could fucking like they're standing and
wow.
walking on you and like digging their heels in, like doing everything. And you're hearing everything like pop. Then they'll have you like sit down. They'll be behind you, and they'll grab both your arms, and then they put both their knees into your back, and they just like stretch you like
I've had that in judo before.
Yeah,
It sucked.
and you're like,
Yeah.
and see, I'm a little bit of a sadist though, sadomasochist, and
we know.
yeah, so like I felt fucked up, but the next day, like after I hydrated and actually had a good night's sleep, the next day I was like, oh, like holy shit.
Magic.
Yeah, like it got it out, you
Yeah.
know? And I was like, best like $50 ever, you know? So I'm just saying, they're different levels. And what I'm alluding to is this would be great behind the scenes.
Behind the scene. Oh my god.
We walk in, I was like, listen, we're not gonna video the whole massage,
Yeah,
but this is
we
just
need
to prove,
content,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is just to prove like he actually did it.
And then
you
I'm
gotta
gonna be
before
in
going
pain.
in, before coming after, because I feel like after
We'll go I want to go to your place then.
yes.
All right.
Yes, because
We'll
I need one.
Yeah, we'll get Diego involved. Yeah,
I need one. Yeah. Oh, dude, he would love it.
Yeah, exactly.
He would love a good
I
rub
know
down.
he would love it.
What
yeah.
time is it? We can call him right now and be like, hey, no, they just started. They just started.
So, yeah, dude, like honestly, there's so much that I haven't like, I guess, told you guys, especially when it comes to like this spirituality thing. And that's why I get so annoyed
Buy that shit.
by what we originally started talking
Right,
about
right.
that led to this, dude. It's just like, cause it's like
Right.
fuck, dude. Like, it's like if that was really
So it's because of personal experience.
yeah, so it's like if that's really like your fucking thing, and like just fucking do it.
Right.
Like just do it. Like don't like I get it that like there is a certain like missionary aspect to it, because like, oh my god, it's making me feel so good that like
Yeah, they want to share that.
I want to share it too, but it's also it's so fucking pretentious in the way they're doing it, dude.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's pissing me off through my feed, it's taken away from my enjoyment of what I like to follow.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's that little pause where I'm like, fuck, where I'm like, I'm 2 posts away from unfollowing. So my feed is, so I don't have that fuck moment, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
does it make sense to you?
No, your reasoning makes sense entirely because, like I said, it's like a personal experience. The reason for me, at first it bothers me. And then I'm able to turn that situation where I'm like, this is great material. This is fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? And I'm going to make myself laugh. But the reason it bothers me, the initial reaction, is because it just reminds me of anything else. It reminds me of growing up Catholic and their weird ass ceremonies and rituals that they have.
They're wizards, man. And
bro, they dress like warlocks.
Yeah.
They're fucking burning palms, and then they're putting ashes on your forehead
to remind you that from dust to dust.
Yeah, ashes, dust to dust. Shout out in that DMX also. All my get down like one. You know.
Rest in peace. Can we have one for DMX?
Yeah,
please?
for DMX.
Let us battle.
Let's
We're the roughest rider of them all.
Let's bark a little bit right now. Woof woof. But what I'm also, they're drinking blood, they're eating body.
Allegedly.
They also have the frankincense. They also have the incense thing where they're just smoking out everybody. Yeah, cleansing everything. You know. So they also have very similar rituals where I see this shit. I'm just like.
So one of the reasons why I like Joey Diaz so much is from an interview he did for a British YouTuber, I think, or British, some UK thing, and they asked him about the whole interview was about Santeria. And
It's also hilarious to me.
yeah, and then Joey, and they asked him, was like, so like, I mean, obviously in where you grew up, because of the big Cuban, like, populace,
Population, yeah.
there was a lot of it, and I'm assuming you got like a more raw, real experience of it, like compared to how would you compare it to LA? And he goes, "Oh, I don't do Santeria in LA." He goes, "Because
Right.
it's not Santeria." He goes, it's fuck. I wish we could pull it up because I really don't want to butcher it. But he says something along the lines of like, it's just some hot black dude playing a conga and a bunch of white bitches just wanting to fuck him.
Right.
Yeah, like
But that's because it's Hollywood.
exactly. And then I don't know if it's him, but I've heard other people say the same thing about yoga, like Bikram yoga. It's like it's some hot Indian guy trying to get that hummus out of his dick, like oh, it was Joey Diaz because that's something he says.
That
yeah.
is something he would say. That makes all the sense. But you know what? I think because of this pandemic, that shit is gonna be no more. People went to LA for Hollywood.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, Hollywood's dead now, dude.
Right, but what I'm saying, I think LA having the stranglehold of we are the film capital or entertainment capital, not film, but entertainment capital, I think is over now. I think with everyone, with the internet the way it is, with everyone having the actual ability to create their own content from wherever, whenever, there's no longer a need, an absolute necessity to go there. There'll be some spillover because there's a lot of agents, there's a lot of agency firms,
There's a lot of money in it still.
There's still a lot of old money in there.
Yeah, exactly.
But also consider this, with the advent of within the past 10, 15 years, but even more so recently within the past few years, you have cryptocurrencies popping up.
Has that been playing in Hollywood though?
No, but that's my point, is that there's old money in LA and Hollywood. That yes, there will be some spillover. You're still gonna have people like potentially going there because they're like, this is the way to do it. But with the advent of all this other shit that's happening, that's no longer necessary. I don't think it's necessary. And you know how I know this too is that I just met with my accountant last week to do my taxes. Because I want to get money back. I got money back.
And we're solid citizens.
Solid citizens. I pay taxes.
We pay our taxes.
Yeah. And she asked me too. She was like, do you have any cryptocurrencies? And I was like, whoa.
Is that taxable?
Well, exactly. I don't know. I'm sure there is some sort of thing. But I don't know. I don't have any. I don't have any crypto yet. And so
me either, yeah.
She was like, I have to ask because literally like this is where we're living in now. Like this she's not a big believer.
It's not regulated though, right?
Right. And she's not a big believer, but but it's now getting to the point where if they're having to ask about it,
it's becoming a thing.
It's becoming a thing.
Yeah.
She's old as fuck.
You just blew my mind.
She's
dude.
a dinosaur.
I gotta ask my fucking accountant.
Yeah, she's a dinosaur, and she's like, I don't believe, but she's like, this is the world.
See, and that's funny because I have a new age accountant.
You have a younger
yeah,
accountant, right?
I have not a millennial, but like the one before.
No, I think she is a millennial.
Maybe.
How old is she?
30s,
40s. If she's late 30s, she's a millennial. It's pretty much 80 and beyond.
All right, well, yeah,
or 40. That if you're born in 80, that's 40 already.
So she's I guess she's new and hip. So I don't know. This is something I've never even because it's something I'm not invested in.
Right.
So it's like I never thought about bringing it up, but now I kind of want to bring it up.
I think the only way it's taxable is if you make like a capital gain on it. Let's say you invested in like Bitcoin or something, but you pulled out, you sold, and now you have, it's not cryptocurrency anymore, but you have, like federally regulated currency, so to speak. I think then that's when but if they're having to ask about that, it's on the horizon.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
You're right. Fuck, dude. All right, I gotta break the seal.
Break the seal. Break the seal. And we are back.
Oh, yeah.
Squarespace is ours.
But yeah, man, hippies. I mean, I dabbled in it. I was exposed to it growing up, and I can see why people like the stuff, and it brings them wholesome and growth and self-growth. But it just wasn't my thing. And and
what's your thing now? What would you say is the most So, because we grew up Catholic. So
Yeah.
what is I guess I got to go back to like mystical aspect. Like, what is your most mystical thing, if you have any? Do you have any?
Ooh, so I do not believe in a mystery God, as in
Mystery. Yeah, what is that?
so a mystery God is in like a God that I cannot see. So having this blind faith
Okay.
in something that like
Right.
that can't prove it to me like on
Yeah.
the spot.
Yeah.
So I've shifted, and again, this goes back to like when I used to be, yeah, yeah. So when I was exposed to like the 5% Nation and everything, and I was just really hateful, really really fucking hateful,
Right.
but I was able to kind of get like some good. I did a Jeet Kune Do aspect to
Right.
it where I only took what was beneficial for me,
Yeah.
and I took the concept of seeing everyone as a god. In the 5% Nation, it's black people. It's like the original people, people that aren't white. Yeah,
Right.
people that have some sort of melanin. You know, they don't call themselves either full original, but like part original.
So you know who the originals to me are?
Mm.
They ain't black people. Single-celled organisms.
Oh well, you're going deep. Yeah,
Keep going way
Yeah.
back.
So yeah, so I took
Why
that.
stop? Let's
Yeah.
just keep going.
So I took that concept of okay, but maybe not seeing just a certain type of people, but seeing everyone as a god. And then from there, I was like, okay, like if I'm approaching everyone as a god,
Yeah.
then I'm assuming that it's gonna reflect back, right? It's that whole like do unto them as you want them to do unto you.
Right.
So
That golden rule.
Yeah. So approaching everyone godlike will bring, it doesn't matter. Well, point is,
I get you. I'm following you.
yeah. So that's.
I just want let's
So again,
crack it.
going back to the mysticism, it's
Yeah.
not so mystical in a sense of like.
You're just a golden rule guy.
Because I feel that's the most realistic.
It's applicable.
Yeah, where like
Hey, listen. Jesus had some good things.
Yeah.
He had some good tips.
things. Yeah, we're not hating the guy on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again,
Dude
like,
was in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible core.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's one thing that I've seen that I will get an immediate equal and opposite reaction to it.
Right.
So fuck it.
Okay.
Like I just like don't be a dick to others and they won't be a dick
Yeah.
to you.
Try not to be a dick.
Yeah. Thank you.
Isn't that Jim Jeffries too? Didn't
Yeah.
he say something? Yeah. Or I think he says cunt.
Yeah, but
like,
you
try
know,
not to-
this is an American audience.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the best. You know what's funny is this really doesn't have to do with Catholicism or anything, but superstition. And I don't know why I abide by this one. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but I did do it literally like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know the bad luck with ladders?
Going under them.
Yeah.
So you actively
I went
like,
around.
went around
I
it?
actively
You
went
were
around.
thinking about going under it, then you went around.
I actively went around.
But for me, it's more of a safety thing because of
Right.
OSHA.
I know. Right.
Yeah.
But in this case, there was nobody working. There was nothing up above. Like there was no reason. I just saw it and I was like, around it.
If anything, don't see the superstition. Be it as a common courtesy.
Like I said, no one up above.
Yeah.
No one was using it.
I don't know.
That's
dude.
why I said it was more superstition.
More like to create the muscle memory for common courtesy.
I guess, yeah. I guess. I don't know. It was just, you know which one that used to get me? And I remember when because I have an older cousin, which, by the way, circling back around, I need to show you the comment he mentioned to Diego. And we're going to watch that video real quick on Facebook. But that same cousin, he was the one he was like my older brother. He's like 4 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
We used to live with each other as well. We lived with each other twice, actually, in our lives. Both as younglings and then when we were adults, you know. He was the first one that told me that if you break a mirror or crack a mirror, it's 7 years bad luck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
You bought into it?
I
or?
bought into it hard to the point where, like, I still remember to this day that I was at a wedding. This is in Chicago. I was at my godfather's wedding. And I was like, I don't know, 5th grade, something like around there. And me and the other kids at the wedding just started like throwing wet paper towels. Like we're just like fucking whipping them at each other, right? and I threw it so hard. Shout out to when I was saying like I was pitching, I threw it so hard I fucking like
Shattered a mirror.
I broke the mirror. And I remember there was a piece still hanging there, and I could see my face, and I was like, oh no, 7. And I remember like calculating in my head. I was like, I'm gonna have bad luck until like I'm out of high school.
I'm fucked.
I was like, I'm so fucked right now, dude. Did I still remember
And
that?
you look back at it, it's like, those years were shitty.
And I was like,
It's the worst
fucking
years of my
idiot.
life.
That's why your girlfriend cheated on you. You know what I mean?
God damn.
Dude, but yeah, he was the one that did it, and that was a superstition I held on to for like literally a while, and then I was like, that's so stupid. I'll punch a mirror right now. I'll break a mirror.
Another superstition that you hear commonly, especially in the Latin American community, is don't look at a dog take a shit, or else you get a sty in your eye.
Why is that?
I don't know, but I think it's also like to create that just
Right.
muscle memory of like it's like it's.
Did you do it
not
anyway?
nice.
Did you do it?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, because you know what? Here's the thing, though. This is kind of funny. If you look at dogs taking a shit, they do look a little bashful. They look like they're ashamed.
Yeah, exactly.
they
So
look-
it's almost like
They're like, all right, I won't watch you,
Yeah,
but I'll.
yeah.
I think you know what it is.
Because the most vulnerable position, dude.
Yeah, it's the most vulnerable position, and it's not that you're not supposed to look. The guilt is you looking at them because you're not keeping an eye out. They're vulnerable. You should be keeping an eye out. There should be nobody, no predator, nothing. You need to be having
That's
their
some Cesar
back.
Millan shit, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, but I think this goes for even us too. It's like, dude, I need to piss or whatever. Like,
Oh,
keep
casita,
an eye out.
casita. Yeah.
Keep it, casita. Like, let's form the barrier.
Yeah.
I think it's like this because you're right. That is the most vulnerable position.
Yeah.
You need to keep an eye out.
I forget. No, I don't forget.
The dog's looking at you like, bro, why aren't you helping me out?
Steve Byrne. Do you know who that comedian is?
Yeah. He
Yes.
had a show on TBS for a little bit,
He did?
for like a season or two. I saw. Yeah, it was like after high school.
Steve Byrne has a bit where he says the movie Psycho.
Which one, the old one or the remake with Vince Vaughn?
I don't know. I'm assuming he's talking about the old one where it's like the knife.
Yeah, I mean they both had it, but yeah, that's the
And then
most
it's like-
iconic scene. in
Yeah,
horror.
but it's like
Horror.
he's like that's like the most typical like home invasion situation that every guy dreads. It's like being in the shower and then someone comes in with a knife and he goes, "'Cause as guys, what's really gonna happen? We're gonna cup the gooch, we're gonna giggle and kick." He's like, get away.
Yeah.
Dude, I cracked the fuck up, dude.
That's a great bit.
Because it's like
That's a
we're so
great bit.
vulnerable that
Yeah, we worry about this.
we worry about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
instead of
don't
like a
slice
fucking
it.
knife.
Yeah.
Like
right here,
Yeah.
fuck it. Yeah.
even with all the years of training, we're to disarm. It's like no.
Yeah, if you're naked, you're like, oh no. Wow, that's fucking good. Steve Byrne. Shout out to Steve Byrne.
Shout out to Steve.
We'll tag him in this. He's a good guy.
Oh my god, dude! I remember.
Like I know him.
Yeah.
Like I know, like we know him. Like, hey, I'm gonna give you a call later, man.
I
You're a
always
good guy.
liked Steve Byrne because he was also a mixed guy.
And
he always
isn't he Korean too?
Korean Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he always put it into his bits.
Right.
Yeah, dude, and it was always because there wasn't that much representation for like mixed guys that made it obvious that they were fucking mixed, you know.
Well, that's why I brought up the. That's not why I brought it, but like he had a show. I think he was one of the first ones as a Asian American to have something. He's like one of the originals. Granted, like I said, it was like very short lived. I think 1, maybe 2 seasons. I do remember it got picked up.
Was
There
it
were
like a George Lopez Tonight Show kind of a thing?
No, it was like a sitcom.
Oh, okay.
But the problem was, I think, was the timing because that sitcom, like I said, got picked up by TBS. So TBS is a big network, but it's not like the OGs of ABC, NBC, CBS, which by that time had already kind of like abandoned the traditional sitcoms. They went to the more like single cam. You're thinking Modern Family, The Office.
Trying to go Sopranos with it.
Yeah, and so sitcoms, if you're like thinking of 80s, 90s, even 70s, but more 80s, 90s, like that's what Steve Byrne was given. And it's just like a little too late. And that was the home. TBS was like the home for that shit. And it was like, it's just not going to resonate,
Yeah, like
you know?
like Louis C.K.'s sitcom. I fucking loved that one, dude.
I never watched it. I
I loved it, dude. I loved it, but it felt,
Wasn't it just called Louis?
yeah, it was called
Yeah.
Louis. But it was no. I think Louis was his FX show
Oh, maybe that's what
because
I'm
he had
thinking
2
of.
shows. He had a sitcom and
Maybe I never saw the sitcom then.
he had Louis on FX. I remember that. Louis.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. I don't remember.
No, he had a sitcom.
He had a
one
sitcom.
with Jim Norton.
Fuck, I don't even know this one. I don't think I know
dude,
this
I
one.
remember Jim Norton was a reoccurring character, and I just remember watching it being like, this reminds me of the golden age of TV because of the sitcom, like hearing the audience laughter and everything. But I also knew that it was a dying fucking form of entertainment.
All I see is Louis American TV series.
Or just look up Louis sitcom.
I did. Louis C.K. sitcom. Are you sure it just wasn't Louis?
No, dude, he had a sitcom. I remember he had a sitcom on like HBO or Showtime or something.
List of Louis episodes. Let's see if there's like a filmography.
Oh, you have to go to his page though. That's the show's page.
No. Well, okay. Let's go. Louis
Cook.
This Canelo redhead.
I don't know.
Mexican
Irish
bastard.
Mexican.
It's usually down here where you see like filmography, right?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. Comedy releases, filmography. We could do CK filmography.
Jesus Christ.
Television. Let's just go straight to television. Boom. What year?
Fuck, dude.
I think you're misremembering, bro.
No, dude. I remember he had a sitcom.
Well, there's HBO comedy half hour, but that's just one thing.
That's
stand-up.
90s. No, go later. Go lower.
It's just Louis, man. 5 years. It's got to be just Louis.
Then,
Yeah, because look, 61 episodes. That's a long time.
No, dude. I remember there was a sitcom, dude.
You got to be missing.
No, dude. Unless it was another comedian.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless
yeah.
it was another comedian.
Web release. You're on the web. Maybe there's some sort of web thing that he had. Video short, stand-up special, web series. But this is 2018.
If you really want to go deep into it, maybe we can check Jim Norton's filmography and see if he pops in some of Louis' work.
Well, that wouldn't make sense.
Because I told you he was a recurring character.
Maybe it was Jim Norton's fucking show. That just blew your mind. Jim Norton. Jim Notch. Let's go to this one. 1795.
Down there, comedian.
All right, let's see.
Filmography.
Filmography.
Louis. Right there.
Louis the show, though, dude.
It's not the same one. It says 10 episodes.
No, but that's the same show, 2010 to 2015, man.
God damn.
Told you.
What the?
I told you. He only had that, man.
No, dude. I'm pissed now because I remember a sitcom, dude.
I'm telling you, we'll call Louis later. And we'll confirm this, all right? But the human brain, dude, let me tell you, it's pretty flawed. It's okay.
I mean, after all the mescaline. This ain't mescaline.
No, it's not mescaline, but I do refer to it as mescaline. I do like it. It's delicious. I enjoy it. Yeah, but the more you drink it, it's kind of like sweet.
Yeah.
I like that.
All we needed to get in touch with our roots was the worm salt and everything. And
No, I have mandarins though.
oh, actually sounds pretty tasteful right now. Fuck, dude, I hate that this beautiful conversation broke off from us being irritated from Instagram.
Why? What are you talking about? I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I mean,
but
listen.
it's like it's also again like fuck, like I shouldn't be upset.
Will
It's
Will
like,
you unfollow? I will tell you I will not unfollow, but I think I'm gonna have to tell you the reasons after.
Yeah, exactly, and it's the same reasons for me.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, for this specific person, because there are multiple people that I've grown up with that have recently been turning into that route and have been posting it.
Oh.
So now I'm being bombarded by it. Well, at least it feels like, even though it's not.
Honestly, I probably don't follow those people.
See, I'm actually an asshole. Like, and not to like gloat or anything, but like I got more followers than I do people that I follow back.
That's good. I was cognizant of that at one point.
And
I don't know what I have.
And I just realized that it's because I know that I'm not gonna benefit from what they post.
Right.
And I hate to say it, and I'm probably gonna lose followers. I don't give a fuck. But like and people that know me know this, that I do like a bi-weekly purge of my Instagram.
Oh, do you? I didn't.
Yeah,
know
dude.
that.
I unfollow people that that I'm either not interacting with.
Okay.
You know, like we don't like each other's posts or like,
Right.
you know, so it's like, we don't message. So it's like, because my social media is for my social life. It's for people that I actually
Right.
interact with, and for the celebrities, not that I wish to interact with, but I like the content. So
Right. Okay. I didn't know. You do a bi-weekly purge.
a bi-weekly purge.
I do a purge maybe like twice a year. That's it.
I mean, I don't. It's not like I have a quota that I have to like get rid of.
Right. I mean, the thing is, let's just face it. I'm single right now, so I've followed more ladies recently.
You have to. You have to
Because,
put
you
yourself
know-
out there. Yeah.
Well, it's not even that. It's just I like looking at pretty things. And
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey,
It's like me looking at pretty trucks. Yeah.
yeah. It's like, hey, I like what I'm seeing here.
Mm-hmm.
You get the old-fashioned follow.
Yeah. The good old fashioned follow.
There,
Follow back. Let me get a conversation going.
I mean, I could wish.
Happened with that news anchor.
That's right.
See, I remember.
Sasha, what up?
Exactly.
Sasha, what up? But also check this out, because she's a little bit more closer, a lot closer actually. Jasmine Garcia, what up, dude? What up? Like, you're here, I'm here. You know,
Let's smash them
I mean,
together.
LA's not far. I just got a hybrid. That's easy. You know,
I
There's
won't
no
be spending-
gas.
It's not a net loss.
Yeah, it's not. It's like $5 to get
Yeah.
up there for me. You know what I mean? $5 and some change. It's not a big deal.
More money that I could spend on a nice night out.
Yeah, she's getting tagged. I think I find her nice. I find her very.
I remember, dude. Why are we like this? We're like,
What?
I remember.
Guys?
Yeah, obviously, but like us in our group, like the first audio thing that Omar and I did, we called it Miss Cindy.
Yes, dude. Whatever happened to that? We need to resurrect that track.
No, dude. And I bring it back because I remember back in Hawaii, like I had homies that would like name their like projects either in school or work, whatever.
It's a
Like
hip hop thing.
like I guess like
Yeah.
like import models or whatever, like
Right.
Gina Darling or something. Well, she was actually, so it's crazy. She was actually recently a guest on Tiger Belly.
Was she?
Yeah, and I remember in Hawaii I saw her, or I thought of her as
Wait,
just
no,
an
I think
import model.
You're
versus-
right. I think I watched that one. That was a
Yeah.
good one. She
Yeah.
was kind of funny.
Yeah.
You didn't think she was funny?
I didn't watch the episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It was
I
actually
just
pretty
remember
good.
seeing the name, being like, "Oh shit!" And I remember
actually
like
pretty good.
I wanted to hit up my homie Grant. Be
Isn't she like Vietnamese or something like that?
probably?
Yeah, I think I watched it. It was just like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, or if anything, this week.
No, it wasn't this week. Cause Tom.
Oh yeah.
No, I think Tom was this past week. No, George
Or-
Lopez was this past week.
Yeah, that was
Then it
such a
Tom.
good episode.
That was
dude.
good. It wasn't hilarious, but it was good because it brought the nostalgia a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It made me want to see his specials again.
Did you see his one from last summer?
What is it called? They're all, Chicano's,
It's on Netflix.
Chicano's always in the name, in the title
No,
name.
I don't think so.
It was a tall Tark and Chicano or whatever.
That's good. Let's see. I don't know. Let me go to Netflix right now and just look up George.
Because I remember seeing the title to that and being like, I don't want to watch this.
No, dude, it was actually pretty good. I remember. Hell yeah. I am so watching this later.
Shaving Ryan's Privates.
I love that shit. George Lopez. This one.
Oh, we'll do it for half.
Yeah, see?
Huh.
This one's good, dude.
I'll have to watch it when I get home.
It's honestly, once again, very nostalgic. And, you know, because there was a period in time where if you're Mexican in particular, because, yeah, you could be Latino and still find them funny, but Mexican in particular.
See, and now...
Obviously, if you're Chicano, even more so.
Yeah, so now that's where I was going to get at. Where growing up, and because my dad's really into comedy, stand-up comedians.
He didn't like them?
He did. And that's where I found it different. Because...
You didn't like it.
Huh?
You didn't like it.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just like, first of all, stand-up comedy in Mexico, I remember growing up, it was very, like, I just remember
Brand
like three big names. Like Polo was like the most hilarious
To
one.
me, and he's not funny.
Huh?
Polo is not funny to me.
Oh, really? Well, again, growing up like that, he was like, because he was like the dirty comic too.
Right.
So like,
But also, that's the difference between you and I.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember growing up listening to that and then having like, okay, like this is stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And then I remember like crossing the border, coming to school over here, and then people telling me stand-up comedians, and then me having to go either like try to find them later, and Richard Pryor and everything. And I was like, whoa, okay, this is obviously it's in English, it's different,
Right.
But like, okay, like this is stand-up comedy,
Right.
So my dad only being exposed to the Mexican side because he doesn't want to be reading subtitles constantly. So
He speaks English pretty well.
he speaks English pretty well, but he obviously feels more comfortable still in his native tongue. So
That's so weird though, because I don't feel like he has that much of an accent.
he does. It's more of a lisp than an accent. But yeah, so when I introduced my dad to George Lopez, because someone at school had told me about it, we watched it together. And I just remember like it didn't feel Chicano-y like Cheech Marin.
Yeah, that's super.
It didn't feel Cheech Marin-ish, and it didn't feel like Paul Rodriguez. Yeah.
Because Paul doesn't tickle me.
Exactly, because those felt like we couldn't
Right.
assimilate to it.
Yeah.
But for some reason George Lopez is Chicano, but
Yeah.
he just felt more Mexican.
It's darker.
It's not, yeah, it could be, but it's just, and you know this, like Mexicans, real Mexicans and Chicanos kind of hit heads a little, or bash heads a little bit, yeah,
100%.
So it's like George Lopez, like we kind of like forgot about that, yeah. But then I remember being in high school and he had a stand-up special and it was very, very Chicano-ish. And I just was like, oh, like, he sounds very... I remember Diego and I talking about it, and Diego and I said the exact same thing. Where like, he just sounded very angry. And it was like, it didn't seem playful. It didn't feel like it felt more like a TED Talk than it felt like a fucking like comedy show.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like a lot of comics go through that though too. Because even was it the last special? I think the special before, Chappelle even sounded like that. Burr sounded like that.
Yeah,
you know,
I get it, but I'm assuming that's because I'm only
Carlin is the king of that.
Only assuming this is because they were experiencing sort of gripe that they were like, fuck it, like this is the only way that I can get my thoughts out to a mass audience.
Possibly.
Yeah. But I don't
know George like that, but honestly,
yeah, exactly. Like, I'm only assuming, yeah.
No, but he's not far removed. We could probably get him on the horn sometime. He's not far removed.
I was about to say, because we
know he's 2 degrees.
Yeah, exactly.
We know someone.
Yeah, exactly.
We know multiple people that have his number, and he's
for professional
and someone who's been on the podcast has essentially been there when he's actually called that person. So like,
and we have video of it as well.
Yeah, he's not far removed.
Yeah, exactly. Where it is true. Yeah. But I mean, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's again like seeing him on the pod on Tiger Belly. It brought me back to the old comedy specials when my dad and I would like be like, oh my God, it's so true. Ha ha ha. You know, like the relatability.
I'm telling you, this one wasn't bad because I encountered that a little bit too, where it crossed over a little too, not that he was like complaining, bitching, but it got a little too Chicano Paul Rodriguez for me. That
Brown Pride.
Yeah, that I was out. I was like, nah, I'm out. But when I saw this one, I actually fucking was like, hell yeah, this is fucking hilarious.
Fuck, dude. And for me, it's always been because of the identity thing. Because like, if I claim brown pride, only a certain half of people are gonna believe me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like I want to hear the jokes of like the upbringing that we both kind of like shared.
Yeah. He's just. I think the thing that separates him from the other Latin kings of comedy is they had their own version.
And his 20-minute bit was my favorite one out of the entire show.
Yeah, I think he's the best one. The funniest thing is also his mannerisms.
Because it feels like it's your uncle doing it.
Something like, yeah, there's something to be said about comics that have...
Sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry. It's just
You're gonna
this
let me
thought.
finish?
I have this thought just brewing in my head. Is it because the facial expressions and everything is something that you can kind of picture like your uncle doing? Like they feel relatable. Like you've seen them before. Like
I've seen those expressions before. Yeah, I've seen those expressions before, and it's definitely like an extra. it's a joke within the joke, where he's delivering that line, but then on top of that, you're like, stop, dude. You're like, oh my God, stop. I've seen, like, that's the extra in it. And because he'll throw a little voice in there. And it's that voice that you're just like, dude, oh my God. And apparently, listening to that podcast, he has a podcast himself, and it's
No idea.
No, but he said, I think he's like, it's called Oh My God, or like something like.
Really?
Yeah.
So I thought that was a bit. No.
I mean, maybe it is, but I just listened to it. I was like, I believe that, because that's when he does that white girl, valley girl voice. You're like, yeah, I knew those people. You know, you'll still, if we're in Southern California, you're gonna meet those people. Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
I'm like jealous of Omar, Adrian, because those are the ones we know that were on the boat and actually like associated with. You know what I mean? Because I would like to shoot the shit with him, because
Just to swap stories.
honestly,
For me, it would be that. Just to
well,
swap stories.
for me, he was probably the one that really got me into stand-up comedy. Straight up. Because I was aware of Pryor. I was aware, honestly.
I concur. I feel the same way.
If you're a USA like kid, like Robin Williams was one that transcended, because he was in big name movies, but you also knew he did stand-up. Like, to me, it's like, I knew his comedy. I knew Eddie Murphy. I knew, I knew Chappelle later, because to me, like in the 90s, like he was still kind of up and coming. I didn't really like Half Baked was like what, 98?
It all came with Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
For me.
Oh, for you, Chappelle Show? No, to me, it was George Lopez before Chappelle Show. Because
No, I'm talking about my interest in Dave Chappelle.
oh, okay, yeah, exactly, shit like that. Killing Him Softly is like ridiculous.
Holy shit.
That is so great. But it was really George that probably was like, oh, wow, like this is incredible.
So George is the one that made me like, I want to see what other people are out there that are funny.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I, this is like the college age. I didn't really go to college. Like, that's when I started getting into Carlin and Hicks.
Because of the substance they were saying.
The substance, because it's funny.
But it's
But
also like,
they're
it's
saying some
backhanded,
real shit, and you're like, what the fuck? And then I really went deep down the rabbit hole, and I was like, oh my God.
And so it's funny that I don't want to say it's funny. It's good that we're talking about this, because I recently saw something on YouTube of like how dark comedy is going within the comedy community. And I don't want to say that we have that same humor, but it's like, fuck, dude, like we're not comedians. We're not anything, but like we appreciate the art of it.
Oh, I appreciate the shit out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I
it
love
is
it.
an art.
Right.
That like you have to give credit to where credit's due. Yeah, and it's just like these. Fuck, dude. Like, I wish other people could just see the jokes for them being jokes instead of just.
It's hard in this day and age,
Yeah.
but
Because it's like, it's a
I
clever.
don't want to associate with those people anyways.
Yeah. Because it's a clever fucking thought. Just take of it for a clever fucking thought. Like, it's supposed to sting, dude.
Well, dude, check this out. Did you ever see History of the World, Part 1?
No.
That's like that. The whole title is History of the World, Part 1. There was never a Part 2, but it was called Part 1. You never saw it? It was a Mel Brooks film. You know who Mel Brooks is, right? So it was a Mel Brooks film. And so the whole premise of that movie was history of the world, but history of like humanity. So like one of the first scenes is us as like cavemen, of like, actually like pre-cavemen, like ancient hominids, And then it just goes throughout the ages and eventually comes up with a futuristic shit where we're like out in space, right? This movie came out 70s, 80s? I don't know. I don't remember. But he has a period where it's ancient Rome. And he is a stand-up philosopher. And that's his thing. And it was like, to him, Mel Brooks, who's a comedic genius in his own right, to him, philosophy was the original form of comedy. Because comedy in and of itself is a form of high intelligence. And when you live in ancient societies such as Greece or Rome, where you're granted the privilege to sit back and observe, like a philosopher does, but then able to translate a message not just directly, but in a humorous way, you are a stand-up philosopher. And so he has a scene in there where he's basically doing his whole bits, like his fucking stand-up, to Caesar.
I gotta see this.
It's fucking great, dude. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Dude, it's fucking great. And then he's also, there's a scene in that period where he's also on unemployment. And so I swear, dude, they're like, did you, and so when you're on unemployment, they ask you, like, did you look for employment this week? Did you look for employment? And so, like, did you do stand up this week? And he's like, yes. Did you do stand up this week? Yeah. But he's not making it. So it's like fucking brilliance upon brilliance, dude. Yeah, it's fucking great. I own that movie on DVD, but I wish, maybe it's streaming somewhere. I don't know, but it's fucking good. It's a little dated, but if you could, like, you know, remove yourself from that, like, if you recognize for what it is, you're like, this is fucking brilliant.
Take it in.
Yeah.
Take the substance in.
Yeah, you're like, this is fucking brilliant, dude.
Fuck, dude. It's just so many ways to pass through a message, dude.
Exactly, and that's what it
Yeah.
is. That's what it is. And I love that shit.
Like Schoolhouse Rock, dude. This is the
Exactly.
best way to learn.
That's the best way to learn,
dude.
Best way to learn the preamble. The motherfucking preamble.
Fucking preamble. We gotta get him on, dude.
All right, let me ask you something. I say we should wrap this up pretty soon.
You think?
I say like, yeah. But
What time is it?
oh, let's see how long we've been going. That's not gonna give us a. Let me see. But we've been going for almost 2 hours. That's not bad.
Shit.
That's not
That's
bad.
the huge. Yeah.
What
We
I was,
got a good rant going.
we had a good rant, but what I was getting as, so the last two, you couldn't make it. Glad you're back. Oh shit. Glad you're back.
Work, dude.
I know, that's the unfortunate thing. And honestly, the one, so I had Louis on for the Easter episode. That one was a work related thing. And the reason also we didn't do it on our usual day was because
Alcohol
Louis
abuse.
fucked up. No, it's because Louis fucked up more so.
Oh,
The alcohol abuse was a result of Louis fucking up. We're like, fuck it, he's not showing up.
that is true. That is true.
And
we
then-
both were like, fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
And I really said, fuck it.
right.
Yeah.
And then a few days later, I got
Sporadic
together.
one.
I got together. Yeah, it was a sporadic one. I got together with our next guest, which will actually appear before this one. And he was like, I'm actually free tomorrow. But that was when you were. And I was like, I'm actually free at that time too. We'll do it. And then the following day, I did another one with Louis for the Easter one. And but I guess bringing it back, who do you want on next? Who should we get on next? We almost got Jesse on for this one again, but Jesse
Couldn't make it.
time constraints for Jesse couldn't make it.
I would love to get Fern on here.
Dude, I really want
I would love to get Fern on here. Again, like
Wait. Let's call him.
Before we call him, can I say this real quick?
Yeah, my bad.
So, Joey Diaz on his podcast made a statement that was, I was getting tired of having to do the podcast and interviewing people that I had no prior relationship with. He goes,
Right.
it was hard to get a conversation going because like there was nothing there. Like it's like I'm asking these questions to figure them out for the first time myself
Right.
too. So it's like I love that we're getting our friends involved in this.
Yeah.
And it's making the dynamic flow a little bit better. It feels more like a hang
Right.
than it does like a interview on a podcast.
Let me tell you actually, yeah, because honestly, this will debut after it. When I had Cubby on, that was a sporadic one. I've known Cubby for, it's crazy how fast time has moved. I think I've known Cubby for about 10 years now.
But you learn a lot about him.
In the, maybe we did 3 hours, maybe. In the time that we sat here where he's sitting where you are, I learned some shit that I was like,
Can't
what
wait to figure out. Yeah.
the fuck, dude? So I like what you're saying.
What I'm getting at is like I want to get specifically Fernie here because I want to find out
wanna
that
pick his
shit that
brain.
I don't know.
Yeah. You want to pick
So-
his brain, but see, I think he's aware, and I think that's why he's hesitant.
Yeah, but so it's like the question of who do you want next? In my head, it's like
He's the number one for
it's number one, but it's also like which one of my friends do I want to really know the secrets of?
Right,
yeah,
right, that's
so it's
good,
like
that's
process
good.
of elimination. Now it's like we know all our other homies that have been on here already,
Right,
pretty
right,
well.
right,
So
right,
it's like
There are some though that we could potentially get on, but Fern, yeah, let's call him. Let's call his ass.
Fern,
He better answer.
Tim would never do it.
Well, Tim, dude, nobody gets a hold of him.
Yeah.
I would love to have Tim on here, 100%. Why the fuck is this chick on my contacts? That's so crazy. Must have been drunk.
Must have been. Hey, I'm guilty for drunk texting a lot of people as well, man.
All right, he's on the speaker right now. Let's see if we get him. He's gonna be on regardless if he answers. Irregardless. He's usually busy, or he just refuses to answer. Who knows?
Hopefully he's plowing.
God, that son of a bitch.
Dude, before COVID, I was going to Fern's house every Thursday.
Yeah, man.
Dude, like to record or write. Like,
Right. But okay, so he's the next one we need to get on. But yeah, we need to release that Miss Cindy. We need to release some of your tracks.
Oh shit.
I was breaking some shit down to Diego the other day, where I was saying, like, honestly, dude, like, I don't know how much time I have to do some of these things. And then I started like literally rattling off all the shit that I actually do. And then I was like, fuck, like I don't have that much time. And I was saying that I kind of want to really like write all that shit down on paper and really like prioritize what it is that I want to do.
My lady's friend gave me a planner, and I've never been a person to use a physical planner.
I was always the person that would lose a planner.
And it's helping out, dude.
Is it? Yeah, because so the reason I brought that up was actually because like I haven't been like creative in doing music. Like I just haven't.
I haven't been writing I haven't been doing creative writing to like shit that I want to post. I've just been doing journaling.
And so I actually mentioned that too to Diego. I was like, I don't even think I've seen Oliver like post anything. He used to be like
Shit, my lady and I were talking about it last night. Yeah.
And so that was the thing. I was like, okay, so clearly if my days are filled already with what it is that I'm doing now,
Mm-hmm.
but doing music again creatively is what I want to do, I need to remove something. So I need to figure out what it is that I need to remove.
Dude, I've been
I'm not
having
releasing anything.
this qualm, this.
So we got to figure that out.
We gotta figure that out. Because if anything, we can merge the ideas.
Well, we could always do that. And honestly, I'm here enough where it's like if we could carve out a focused time where it's like, hey, here's 2 hours. We're not going to dick around. We're not even going to fucking shoot the shit on anything. It's 100% like, hey, come over. Let's fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
And then like we're clocking in, punching in and out, and we're done. We shoot the shit on the podcast when we do this. But yeah, man, I was telling Diego yesterday, I was like, dude, like, I don't know where I could fit it in. I'm trying to figure that out, but I think legitimately I need to sit down with like a fucking pen and a pad and be like, hey, so these are the things you do. Let's start like numbering, prioritizing what is the most important that can't be cut out.
Being a professional about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel that. Like recently with me, it's been because work has been so fucking hectic that I'm using my writing as therapy, where it's just like I'm just writing my feelings down, but I'm getting it all out, but I'm not focusing or putting in time on the creative, like the shit for my blog, for example. So, and I have so many fucking excuses as to why I'm not doing that.
Right.
And because also one of the biggest ones, the therapeutic writing just feels a lot better. It feels more fulfilling. It has felt more fulfilling because of COVID and the audience recently than the one where I would look forward to performing every Tuesday night in East Village, you know?
Right.
And Obviously, like I could find an online community to perform online with, but it's not the same. And I've had the experience a few times already where I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I'm a begging chooser, I guess you can say. But fuck it, dude.
Fuck it,
like,
dude. Whatever, yeah. You're begging choose. You can.
yeah. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I'm not living off this. I have a job.
Right.
Like for me, this is a hobby that if it goes somewhere, it's gonna be on the back burner sideline unless it becomes super fucking lucrative.
Right.
Because I already have a good thing fucking going for me.
Right. Yeah, man.
So I'm in a different position, I guess. But I don't know. I do want to dedicate that time to put in because it'll eliminate that excuse.
Yeah.
It'll give me that.
Yeah, honestly,
goal.
it also could be, and this is why I want to write it down, the list of prioritizing things, because who knows, maybe there's something I'm overlooking and maybe I don't need to cut something out. Maybe I need to just manage my time better. Who knows? I don't know. I think
That could be it.
could be it too.
We're making it bigger than it is.
Right. But I mean, I know when I was saying
Rambling.
shit to Diego the other day, I was just like, oh shit, I forgot I do that too. I do that on this day. I do this. And I was like, fuck, dude. I was like,
Because when we're in the constant, when it's routine, it doesn't feel like it's a lot. It's
right.
routine.
And I think that might be it. But it was like when I was actually, like I said, going down the list, I was like, God damn, dude. Like, you know, sometimes I'll be in the moment of doing said thing, and like the way I look at it is like, oh, my day's done. And it's not that like I'm done with everything I have to do. It's just like my day's done in the sense that I have no other free time where I can enjoy something. I was like, no, like Monday is locked. Tuesday is locked. Wednesday is locked. I can't do anything else until maybe Friday I could squeeze. You know what I mean? That kind of shit.
Yeah.
He just
Fuck.
texted me.
Oh, who, Fern or Diego?
Fern.
Oh.
What up, Sanderson?
Just ask him if he could be on the phone real quick.
Answer real quick. Hold on.
Hopefully we get a verbal confirmation.
I know, we want a verbal confirmation.
Hello?
Yo.
What?
Don't do that. You're on the pod with me and Oliver right now.
Oh.
Don't sound so excited.
You watching wrestling?
Are you watching wrestling again?
No.
What are you doing?
I don't watch wrestling.
It took a while for him to register that.
No, I was just trying to get you to register. Like, the fuck?
Oh man, it's no. So we're wrapping things up over here, but we're talking. Hey, when are you coming on, dude?
Eventually.
No.
I'm eating kimchi. I'm getting my gut microbiome straight.
You're eating kimchi. I'm telling you, you could eat kimchi here, dude.
Fucking delicious. Where's Olivares? What up, dog?
What you doing, homie?
He's eating kimchi.
Literally eating kimchi, but I fucked up and I ate it with some tri-tips, and now I think I got chorro. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
Oh, I wish I was there, man. I'd be eating kimchi with you, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we're wrapping things up. We were like, all right, it's just him and I today. Jesse was gonna come on, but it didn't work out because he's got a maracuya rehearsal.
Why aren't you there?
Because it's a sectional.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, okay, how do we like figure out who the next person is? And I was like, I really want Fern on here.
So now we have your verbal confirmation.
Well, we want a verbal confirmation and a whole thing where eventually that's just not cutting it. I just want you to look at your calendar and you let us know.
Stop. No, we're not doing that right now. No.
Just you
We're
just.
gonna plan it right, and we'll make food and shit, and it'll be cool.
That's the plan. That's the plan. You look at the calendar.
Well, ask him about Chicago. Ask him if we want to go.
He ain't going. Dude, if he's not doing the podcast, he's definitely not going to Chicago with us.
No,
Hey, tell him it's a boys trip.
It is a boys' trip. We're trying to go to Chicago.
What?
What do you
Are
mean?
y'all vaccinated?
Yeah.
Well, that's not legally.
Passport vaccination.
Yeah, the passport vaccination. Even though domestic, we don't need a passport for domestic. But what I'm saying is that's not being enforced right now. At least not until there's some
I
laws.
was just reading about it, and they were saying that that's like a whole fucking thing. How the little paper card. I haven't even gotten vaccinated. I don't even know when I'm gonna get vaccinated.
Dude,
Why are you asking?
the why? Yeah, it's not a thing then, Fern. It's not a thing then, Fern. What I'm saying. Listen. We can talk about vaccinations off the air when the mic and camera are off. What I'm saying is that, because we need to get Diego's interested, and he actually texted us about this trip as well.
He did.
We need to get together. We need to sit down, look at the calendar. When is a viable option to do this boys trip? You're invited. You're invited.
I'm down.
If you're down to go to fucking Chicago, that's
Chicago.
perfect. But see, if we're getting together and doing this, we might as well double up and fucking get you on the pod.
We
bro.
can buy the tickets on the pod.
Yeah, we could buy tickets on the pod, dude.
Oh my fucking god! With so much pressure. I like buying tickets on the podcast. Wow.
That's how we went to Europe, bitch.
Well, we went to Europe like that. We didn't throw it on a podcast because that was just, that was just a little glimmer in our eyes. We didn't even think about that. But what I'm saying, we don't have to, but what I'm saying is if we're all going to be here, we might as well just fucking shoot a pod, man. We just try and get you on. And listen, it's not live streamed. There's nothing to worry about. I can literally edit if you're worried about you looking like a fool, saying some shit.
No, I know for sure. No, I'm down. Trust me, I'm down.
Right.
I know how it goes, and you're actually very good at editing all the stuff. All the pod episodes have been very well done. So.
Thank you. We're like, we really want you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the next guy we really want on.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Let me see.
Yes, look at the calendar, bro.
Stop. I'm not fucking guaranteeing anything yet. I mean, I will eventually. Just give me a little time.
Right, but just pencil it in. Listen. This works out for everybody. You got music to share. We're trying to share that shit too. And we were talking about that as well. We were talking about how like Oliver hasn't been being creative with his poetry. I haven't been as active with music as well. These are topics that we could discuss and more. Oliver's got his fucking thing.
We should do it while we eat food.
Yeah, we can do that, dude. Oliver's munching on popcorn right now, but we could do like a legit meal.
But I don't know why I've been into the Korean barbecue side dishes that they have. Like I want the little pickled cucumbers.
Well, check this out. Oliver's ironically doing Korean barbecue later tonight at his pad.
Do you have the little apparatus? How do you?
Yes, he does.
You should bring the apparatus to Brian's house, and I'll make all the little side dishes, and then we can grill meats.
We could 100% do that. We can make this. We get for the pod. If that's what will get you on, we will 100% do that.
That would be great. That would be badass.
Beautiful. That's how we sell it. All right. Verbal confirmation, Fern. I'm going to be following up with you. You need to send a date. I'm going to be following up with you. Listen, it doesn't even need to be within the next couple weeks. So let me tell you.
I'm down. I told you, I'm down. Trust me.
Shoot.
It doesn't have to be Sunday either.
It doesn't have to be Sunday, preferably a Sunday, but I am booked the next 2 Sundays, so it doesn't have to be. But I'm letting you know right now.
Isn't the show on the 25th?
Exactly. That's why the next 2 Sundays. Next thing, if you look at my calendar, right here, Oliver, it says rehearsal. Then I have the gig the following week. But anyway.
Is that when you do them? You always do them on Sundays?
For the most part, it's been Sundays, yeah.
But we have in the week, during the week.
Yeah. But we can make some amendments for you, though, because I know Sunday's a big holy day for you.
No, not really. I mean, I'm done around 1, so.
Well, dude, perfect. If you want to cruise right after, we can make some food and we can shoot a pod.
Yeah. I'm down. You fucking got the verbal confirmation.
All right. You send me some dates. I'm going to send you some dates and we'll work something out.
All right. I got to practice making kimchi.
All right. You do that, baby.
All right.
Later,
guys.
And we got the fucking confirmation, baby.
So
let's wrap this bitch up. You read a poem. Are you gonna go Lex Friedman on us and read a poem?
I wasn't, but this is actually. I
feel like I might.
I might, but no. This is actually the journal that I was telling you that my lady's friend got for me.
That's nice.
It's unfortunate that I got it.
Are you gonna shout out that friend or no?
No, it's unfortunate that I got it kind of late. So like it's already fucking May or like April. I mean,
right.
So I missed the beginning, but check it out. I haven't penciled anything in it yet except for my name. But it'll help you get fucking organized. Like I can't wait to start doodling in it. and
My
shit.
my ex used to have a planner, and she actually told me, she was like, "You should get one." I was like, I was always the person that would just like,
Dude, especially the Marion ones, like I would fold the pages and shit.
oh no, it wasn't that. You know what I would do with it? This is how irresponsible I was. I would actually
Toss it.
write, no, because it was a planner where like, okay, we have homework for English or whatever, math, whatever, and I would write all that shit down in there. And you know what I would do at the end of the day?
Throw it in your locker.
And forget about it. And then when I get home, I was like, I don't have any homework. And the next day when I open my locker, I'm like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was, where are you going? Oh, you're putting it back in. Put it back in. It's perfect that you're right in front of the camera while you're doing that. Get your ass back over here. Are you gonna read a poem?
No.
Okay. Because I really need to fucking piss. So it's either we wrap this up or I piss while you do something.
Okay, piss and I'll read this.
All right. Hell yeah. Here's a poem. I'm gonna fucking piss. I'll be able to hear. God damn it. All right. Promote that shit.
I like the one on my blog better than the one I have in the book. All right. But because we were talking about this, how I haven't done some creative writing, I did some. So come back. It's been some time since my last keystroke, and I hope I don't choke on the word vomit that my thoughts provoke. So yoke the throat of my utensil, and you'll see how my heart spills out the tip of my pencil. See, it's suspenseful and will drive you hysterical when my ideas spit onto your theory's material, leaving a stain so deranged that you'll rearrange your feel about my take on the game. So don't be a fool and pick up these jewels that I'm putting down, because fate deals the deck and you decide whether to fold or play for the ducats, kid. So pull up and come through and see how me and my do. Peace. So you can find these at orchestratedliteraryassault.blog.com, I think, or WordPress. Ooh, this one's good. I'll do this one for my girl because this is how I feel after the weekend. This one's called Sugar High. You're a candied treat and everything you secrete is sweet. See, there's no confliction or sin in my addiction to your brown sugar skin, because I lust for that high sucrose rush your love is known to gush. See, I'm a fiend for this Burmese butterscotch queen, and I feel sugar high when you're by my side, because I haste to hold you by the waist, because your voice is simply how syrup tastes. See, you're perfectly bite-sized and your honey-dripping thighs widen my eyes. You cause my heart to quake and I spill my milkshake over your butter pecan shortcakes. See, because when I have you, there's no limits and I eat you like someone bet me I couldn't. And I won't stop until my teeth rot or diabetes takes me out, because fuck, I'm strung out. Peace.
Oh, yes.
So get that at orchestratedliteraryassault.home.blog.
Boom.
Dissect the Dialect by yours truly, Olivius Maximus.
It's a nice little plug. And on that note,
We wrap it up.
we're wrapping it up. That was good. That was fun. That was a good time.
Good, clean family fun.